Hey, Beaky.
Hey, hey. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, you just fucking left. What a prick.
Thanks, Beaky.
Huh? Oh, you didn't leave. You're not a
Yeah,
prick. Except for
call
the
me a prick.
fact that you are.
I'm not making spreadsheets. You can't call me that.
I'll have you know I can call whoever I want a prick. I'm the DM.
I'll have
I'll
you
get used
know
to, I'll
that
get
I'm
used
gonna
to everything.
about to mute you.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to have Eric die.
Well then, I guess Erik will just have to die, and instead I will become, I don't know, yes. Could you imagine how much Laura's character would change if I started controlling her?
Jesus.
I want this to happen now. Just like you say what Laura's supposed to do, then I give my spin on it, and that's what happens, just to see how long it takes for people to notice.
It would be so weird.
Laura has an affinity for looting random objects.
I'm just fucking up this Meowth.
Oh God, why?
I'm just moving random parts of it around. I'm not even deleting it.
How the unholy abomination.
Jesus Christ, the eyes are so like annoying to move. There we go. Cool. And the Gandalf of good measure. Jesus. Is this supposed to be? Yeah, it's supposed to be like that, isn't it? Like stretched a bit.
I have something better than Gandalf, though.
No,
Let's wait for this to come up.
it doesn't really work when you're putting a fake mustache on someone who already has a mustache. I can't probably pick. Oh, there we go. It did work.
Oh, now.
Now,
We need a third, slightly larger one to cover the nose.
oh god, no, no. I think that the nose looks good like this. I think.
Also, you forgot Gandalf's fake beard.
But
I,
there's
I
no
got.
room for a fake beard.
Let's just have some beard hairs coming off like this.
It kind of just looks like he's breathing gay fire.
And Gandalf's fake sideburns. That
I
isn't what
wonder if anyone.
sideburns look like.
I wonder if anyone else is going to show up.
Lime might eventually.
I think she's still playing Roblox.
Hey, Lime.
Oh, Lime's here. Hello. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
Yeah, Lime like just joined.
Cool. Hey, hey. Uh,
Guess who's back? Not me.
hey, Dabo. So is that everyone? And we don't know
I
if
think so, yeah. Pretty sure.
we don't know if Bearpaw's going to be here. So 3 people. That's
Hey,
enough. Let me
I'm
just
back.
weaken these combat encounters. Uh,
I mean,
but
like I
yeah,
was saying, we used to play with 2 people. Like, me and Chino were like the only ones.
yeah, that is true. But that kind of sucked. I'm just weakening some enemies. Yeah. So, does anyone remember what happened last time? Do anyone remember?
Apparently, we drew a hot air balloon. I remember that. That's pretty much it, though. I think was it the last session where I rode into Arsenal on battle?
Yes, it was.
Awesome.
You
I
rode
remember
into
that.
Arsenal on battle.
Shut up.
You are all somewhat injured and stuff, aren't you? I need to get an actual like non-shitty page up. Can we not fuck with this? Because this is actually a good way of seeing like how much health people are on.
But now Lime doesn't get to see the beautiful picture we made.
Too bad.
How about I draw a tiny balloon in the corner, one square.
Sure, one square
All right.
in the corner. There we go. That's everyone. So yeah, last time you infiltrated the dwarven mines. You fucked up some guard's relationship. You went down an elevator, almost dying going down the elevator, and encountered some dwarf slavers, as in slavers of dwarves, not dwarves that happen to be slavers in their free time.
And some dwarf slaves.
And
Yeah,
you fucked
they're
them up.
Steam folk.
Yeah, same difference. Steam folk.
Wow, way to be racist.
They're all the same. Sherry is not in the mood to dance with Astra right now. That's for sure. After the events of last session,
Ooh, Eric's gonna have to do some damage control, isn't he?
which is definitely Eric's speciality, not causing damage.
That's all of our specialities. Special.
Yes, that.
I can't speak.
You had a choice of going left or right. You could go left towards where this big bad dragonborn.
Dragons? Oh.
No, dragonborn. It's like a dragon man.
All right.
Hungdask. Or you could go to the right to see where all of these dwarves seem to be saying, "Don't go that way. People who go that way don't come back." You never investigated that area, but you went left and found that this Hungdask person was murderized by Laura and the rest of the Atlanta crew. The Atlanta crew, then of which seemed to have some plan to attack you. Laura wailed on Astra, and Darius separated the two of you with a magical barrier, a wall of force, and I just need to get a thing up. But yeah, she separated you with a wall of force, and eventually you managed to calm her down. Sherry, finding the truth about what happened with Persephone, left the room. Erik waited outside the room with all the dwarves, thinking, okay, Erik, give me a perception check.
Oh, we're starting right here.
Yes, this is where we're starting. Well, this is
boy.
sort of starting.
Do you guys
Erik,
like
give me
my
a perception
balloon?
check. 26. You notice Sherry coming back from the room where the group went to kill this person, because you were waiting with Ursnil and the rest of the dwarves, and she comes through looking very disturbed, or mildly disturbed.
Oh, just mildly? Okay. Ooh, for a second there, I
Yes.
thought we would actually have problems on our hands.
Mildly disturbed. Oh god, I've just found the shipping wheel.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if Sherry looks mildly disturbed, like, she is extremely disturbed.
Indeed she is.
Yeah, I do know what was discussed. Like, Lime filled me in. But
Okay.
Erik doesn't know.
Erik does not know. So you're going to talk to her? She ignores you.
Okay.
And she stands at the elevator. She goes up to the dwarf at the elevator and is like, "We need this fixed." And the dwarf's like, "Yes, right away." And he begins getting out his tools and begins fixing it. She is just completely ignoring you. She doesn't even pay any mind to you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do next. But
That's what you always do.
that is the only thing Erik can do. Erik can perceive, deceive, and persuade.
She's pauses for a moment, turns to you, and is like, "The others are fine. There is no need to worry about them."
Oof.
She does not answer. I found it, finally. Aha, I found a page I was looking for. There we go. Then Dimble, oh no, it was Lowen left to look to see where she was, but he couldn't see her outside of the door immediately because he rolled like a 1 on perception. She does not talk to you unless you have anything pressing to say to her, like as in actually like sort of physically getting in her way. She doesn't talk to you.
Ooh,
She seems to be
can I try
completely
a
avoiding.
persuasive talk to me?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. She simply does not talk to you. You're 1 off that working, by the way. Fun fact. She's perfect for Erik. You need really ridiculously high persuasion to talk to her. Are you getting in? How are you getting in her way? You're just standing like in front of the elevator, sort of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like try to just like get in front of the elevator and just like make sure that I actually have her attention and all of that stuff. Just like, yo.
Give me a dexterity or strength saving throw, whichever one you want to use.
Does not particularly matter. Actually,
Okay, just pick whichever one.
I need to do it normally, don't I? Yeah.
Normal. She tries to grab onto you and push you out of the way, physically pushing you out of the way with some force, but you manage to dodge out of the way and keep your footing as she tries to physically just move you out of her way.
Erik is not gonna give up.
Okay, while that's going on, since Eric's not giving up, what is everyone else doing? Everyone else just is back in this main room, this room that you just fought with Laura in, and everyone is there, Dimble and Lowen included, but don't include them in conversations because it wouldn't really do anything. Just so you know what's going on, you are currently in a basement sort of room, and if you go out of this room and up some stairs, you find you're in a guard room where there were guards before. So there are more more of these slavers here. And then past that guard room, there are more slaves still imprisoned, still like trapped.
I think I'm gonna go kind of scout out the area, like sneak, see if I can like stealthy, sneaky stuff.
Give me a stealth check and a perception check as you do that.
All right. Stealth and perception.
Plus 11 to stealth, yeah, and perception. Yeah, so you move pretty quietly. The guards don't seem to notice you. The one that you do see is asleep, and the other 3 that you can hear are through the door where the other slaves are. This one that's asleep is just completely out of it, and as you're listening at the door, you can definitely hear 3 other voices, 3 other distinct voices. One of them has a slight accent to it, which you can't exactly place, but you don't think it's a human. And that's what you sort of gather. Yeah, Zook basically just says, "Oh well, Dimble's like a brother to me. I don't know. I haven't had a voice. Oh, Dimble's like a brother to me. I grew up with him."
Dimble's like
I'm
a
already regretting this
brother to
voice.
me. Ah.
Are you trying to say that out of Laura's earshot, or like just openly asking?
He muted himself?
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, alright.
To us
So
is a
you're
ghost
trying to ask
now.
about her
Rest in
hearing.
peace, Beaky's dead.
Is a ghost now.
Okay, she doesn't. She's basically just like she has quite a history with Arcana, although that's her business. That's complicated, to say the least. Oh, I didn't say that. That's going to be very difficult for someone of your nature.
Ooh. Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No need to get worked up. You wouldn't stand a chance against me anyway. Plus, I'm not here as an enemy. I wouldn't say I'm here as an ally either, though. Jesus Christ.
What? Is it, what?
It's Markat Zaldu.
Who's that? I don't remember. Is that Bongo or something? I don't know.
I can't remember who was playing who. But yeah. Oh god, Markov. The worst city in Skyrim is the one with the
Okay,
Thieves
Beaky,
Guild is. Yeah?
right now we gotta focus on super serious plot
Yeah.
events.
Yes, we do.
She typed.
Yes, she did. Sorry, one sec. My brain is not processing that.
I think
Okay,
she's typing
cool.
more.
Sorry,
I don't know.
something about the wording of that made it like impossible for me to understand for a second. But yeah, he just sort of he acknowledges what you're saying. He just nods along. Doesn't really seem to have anything to add. Oh, he wasn't with Arcana, no. He was keeping slaves. Why wouldn't we kill him? Your main goal was to find us. I see. Well, that you have done. Of course, what are you planning to do from here on out? There's a heavy Arcana presence here, and it's likely that if you don't completely take out Arcana, these dwarves will probably all be killed or re-enslaved. There are more slavers out there. Interesting. Well, I'll help you on a temporary basis. No need to thank me yet. I suppose I should let you know, Arcana, there's quite a heavy presence on this planet. Heavier than you might think. They have two particularly formidable fighters. Back on the surface, of course, but if you did cause enough of a fuss, they might come down here. A wizard and a fighter. A fighter which has a pet pseudo dragon, and this wizard with powerful spells, particularly lightning spells. I also, you're a paladin, correct? He thinks for a moment. When we get back to the elevator, you should hone in on your natural powers. And that's all he says. Well, we should probably get going. I assume you have a lot of slavers to kill or otherwise disabled. Very well, and then let's go. At this point, James sort of comes back and relays the scouting, which was 4 guards in total. 1 is asleep, and 3 are in another room with the other slaves. Hone in. Hone. Yeah. Do you not know what it means? I guess it isn't like common English or something, but yeah, Sherry's basically just ignoring you. You're being very persistent, but she's not really in the mood to talk. The dwarf does finish the elevator and is like, "Are you ready to go?" Because this dwarf's basically been sitting here listening to you try and talk to it this whole time, awkwardly, like, "Oh, I still need to fix this thing." And Sherry moves to step into the elevator. Give me a strength saving throw. Or actually, just a strength check. Don't give me a strength saving throw, just a strength check, because she's going to push way past you. If she can. Which she can. She's a bit stronger than you are. And she just pushes you aside and steps into the elevator. She grabs the lever and starts pulling it up. Okay. I'll say you can quite easily do that. So you're in the elevator with her and both going up. Okay, that's happening. What's happening with everyone else right now? James and Astra and Co. I should probably split people up to where they are relative to each other.
I'm gonna strategize how to
strategize.
Because there's only one in this room and he's asleep, right?
Yes, one is completely asleep. It would be extremely easy to just walk up to him and slit his throat. I'll tell you that now. Like, if you wanted to, it would be extremely easy.
I mean,
all the dwarves with Ursula are free. There are also dwarves in the guard next to the guard room which aren't free. There's also some kind of thing this way, like another direction. If that makes sense. Which is where the dwarves used to be sent and never come back. So yeah, are you going to just go up into this room? You can easily get into this room, and once you know this one guard is asleep, it's pretty easy to avoid waking him up. And you can all hear this chatter, this idle chatter from 3 guards in the other room.
I'm not sure if I should like use him as a hostage or something.
But very much, you can discuss quite freely. I'll say you can discuss this a bit away from him, so he definitely doesn't hear.
But we have enough people to just fight them, and I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Hmm.
Zook is going to speak up as well and be like, "I'm really hurt, guys. Pretty damned hurt. Just so you know."
You can just stay downstairs if you want.
I mean, I'm kind of useful in a fight if I'm not dead.
Well, don't die.
Okay, I won't do that. Well, my talents aren't exactly with getting things free without bloodshed. I could kill one of the guards on the other side of the door pretty easily.
Well, how about we just use one of these guards? Just use this asleep guard as a hostage, and like
to this mining planet, which have this red and brown armor as opposed to the light blue Arcana color. You do know that there were Arcana guards on the surface, though. Seems like Arcana guards are the surface ones, and then in the mines there's this other type of guard which seem to be unique to this planet that sort of have been here all along. Arcana might not know about this. Arcana definitely knows that dwarves are mining for stuff on this planet, but they don't really know. You can't really say for sure if Arcana is in on this. Actually, no, I would say you do know about this because you went under the guise of an Arcana guard going down into the mines, didn't you? So yeah, they would know. You would know that Arcana knows about this. It seems like Arcana is working with this mining planet, and with the guards on this mining planet to do this. The Arcana guards are just keeping the surface thing and the ICE working fine, and the guards down here are actually the ones actually doing the slave stuff. So yeah, you got this one guard asleep, 3 guards in the other room.
I say we use them as a hostage, and just get them to free the slaves, and maybe
then
like lock them in the room or something. I don't know if that because I don't know if that works.
Well, they would have chains and things in the room if they're keeping slaves in there. And this is what Darius is saying. Darius is basically taking it. You notice Laura and Zook are very quiet now that Darius has sort of spoken up. In fact, both of you can give me insight checks.
I think they care about another guard's life, and if they don't, we can just kill them. I mean, I think we have the firepower too.
So yeah, each of you can give me insight checks.
All right.
Okay. 13. 60, yeah. Astra, you get the idea that something about Darius's presence is quite commanding, and Zook and Laura definitely probably respect him a little bit or are a bit fearful of him. James knows a little bit more in that, specifically Laura, you always thought she was the leader of this group, but you're starting to think maybe she's not, and maybe she's just more of a figurehead kind of thing, and that Darius is the actual leader because he speaks with so much more command and so much more purpose than Laura ever did. And Laura in particular seems very quiet when he's speaking.
Huh. I mean, all right, but I guess they're on our. They do want these guards free, right? I mean these slaves free. So,
Do Erik and Sherry have blood on their clothes? How much? Yeah, Erik was beating people up with a bat. Sherry probably wouldn't though. Sherry wouldn't because she didn't really kill anyone. She basically hit someone once with a stick, effectively. So she probably wouldn't. Erik probably would though because he was attacking right in the midst of all these things with a lot of death happening. But good thinking. So Darius speaks up again and he's like, "We can do this hostage plan if you want. We've got enough people here. It's 4 of them and 7 of us. Or we could just go guns blazing. I
mean, I
down
think
with whatever.
if we can save lives, better. You know.
Very well. Who should be the one to hold him? I assume Astra or Laura. You're probably the strongest ones here.
Someone intimidating, yeah. Yeah, we've never done that. We're very good citizens.
Yeah, of course, I won't let the elevator get up from the top. I'll take it from when you've just started going up, basically. But yeah. Oh, very well. Who should do the talking?
Not me. Be nice if
You
we
can
had
say that.
Erik.
He's just going to say that really loudly, down the hallway.
No.
But yeah. Just look intimidating.
Yeah. I could talk if we need to. Alright, Astra, you can do that.
Very well. I can do the talking. What should I say?
Just no, you can make them unlock the people for us. Just we don't want to kill anybody. Just unlock these slaves, and you'll be fine.
Darius passes you a dagger and says this would be a much more apt thing to hold to his throat than a giant sword.
Here, hold this baseball bat to your throat.
So yeah, he actually hands you a very nice looking dagger. If you choose to accept it, of course. Add 1 celestial dagger to your inventory. Cool. Well then, shall we begin? Very well. Laura, you open the door. Astra, grab the guard. Everyone else just look intimidating. So yeah, are you doing that?
Yep.
Laura steps towards the door quite wordlessly and grabs the handle, looking over directly to Astra this time, and is like,
Stop joining and leaving, Rob.
And Laura's nodding towards Astra, and Astra's just going to grab this guy, hold the knife to the throat. Give me a strength check with advantage. Yeah, you easily. I'm gonna make this just in case I get an natural. No, I got a natural 1. Yeah, this guy totally gets surprised, and you can tell this guard is probably a slightly weaker one than the other ones you've encountered. This guy's you easily grab him up, and you can basically just carry him to the door. Laura swings the door open quite loudly, and you see about 9 or 10 dwarves look up at you. They're not chained up right now, but they are in. This room is actually I'll show you. I'll draw it quickly. The room itself is like this in shape. There's
Beaky.
if this is the door, yeah. What?
No drawing penises.
It's not a penis. So this is a cell wall, and that's in a rocky cave. So basically, it's the guards are in this central area, and there's this blocked off area outside. The dwarves are all in this outside area, and the guards are in this non-caged off area. It's almost like a reverse cell, where the inside of the cell is actually the free part, and the outside is the part that people are caged up in. You see these 3 guards looking back to you, 2 humans and 1 tiefling. And they look up in surprise. What are you going to do? No drawing penises.
Disgusting.
Yeah, why? Oh, I didn't even see that at the bottom because my thing was scrolled all the way up.
I didn't see that either.
But yeah, you grab the guard. You've got him at the door. Give me an intimidation check with advantage because you have got 6 quite able-bodied people holding weapons behind you, and you've got this guy's throat. I'll make. The 2 human guards immediately drop their swords and hold their arms up, saying, "Please don't hurt us," sort of thing. Immediate panic. The tiefling shrewdly looks at you with a cold expression. He's like, I guess the guards outside couldn't keep you out. This one, was he sleeping on shift again? The guard at your throat sort of just starts squirming, quite like fearful. Give me a deception check. With advantage, though, because, yeah, this guy is really easy to beat, so it's quite a believable lie. Oh. He looks at you quite shrewdly, looks over the group, particularly looking at James and Zook. Yeah, particularly looking at James and Zook. It's like, interesting. Very interesting indeed. He...
Who are you looking
Okay.
at, huh?
James, give me a... Wait, I need to check something. James, in your head, you hear something. You hear an intense screaming as this tiefling holds up his hands towards you. You hear an intense screaming in your head that's almost piercing your mind.
Ow.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Click there.
Okay. You do not know what this is, as this intense screaming is just piercing in your mind. Nobody else can hear this, but this tiefling's holding up his hands. It's like, drop him or your friend dies. I have a grasp on his mind, and I could crush it like a bug. What do you guys want to do? You're all standing there. James is actually like clutching his head at this point because this is like just screaming going on in his mind. The 2 human guards look very confused, very scared and very confused, and the guard at your throat is just is like squirming helplessly.
Can I, like, move?
You can move, but it's more just like an intense pain in your head from all this screaming. It's not even pain really. It's more It's more just give me an Arcana check.
Me? All right.
And not, oh yeah, you can as well, but Astra specifically because she's asking for if it's a concentration spell.
Oh, good.
Not with advantage. That's fine. Yeah, James, you have no idea. It's more like someone's shouting in your ears, but at both shouting in your ears at both times. It's not painful more than it's uncomfortable and concerning. You have no idea what this even is. But this guy, you know, tieflings are capable of magic, and James does look quite uncomfortable. You don't know. From what you know about concentrating on spells, this kind of thing could be a concentration spell, and the way to break concentration is to hurt the other person or to just make them stop concentrating on it. But you don't know.
Can I just fire at him?
Are you going to shoot him?
I mean, well, he said like I have control of his mind, or like he could kill me at any point. So I don't think I will actually.
There's a chance that James has been sight. There is a chance. Again, though, you don't really know. Some spells, like you know that some spells, even once you're linked up with them, you can be anywhere in the world and it would still affect you as long as you're on the same plane of existence. Like spells are weird, especially because it's very different from the kind of magic Astra is familiar with.
Wait, is this Earth flat?
Is this planet flat or
Yeah.
no? It's round. It's quite a small planet actually.
All right. I was just wondering if it was like this planet or not.
So yeah, is anyone doing anything? You don't have to do anything, but you've got to make choices.
I'm gonna. James is gonna be scared that he's just gonna like insta kill me. So
Okay. I actually like the fact that this is taking longer in the sense that it's like you're sort of at a standstill because time is passing when you're not making active decisions. Tiefling sort of redoubles his effort and is holding up his hands even more, and screaming in your ears intensifies, and is like, "Drop him now!" The human guards go down to pick up. One of them goes up to pick up his weapons. You've summoned a guardian of faith. One thing you know is that it doesn't completely block sight because it's partially see-through. It's more like a golden ghostly form, so he would be able to see through it. It would be quite hard to position, so it exactly.
Don't you have a wall, Astra? Don't you have an item that makes a wall?
No, she sold that. It doesn't make a solid wall anyway. It makes a that's a similar thing where it's just like kind of like a wind wall from what's his face in League of Legends. Yasuo.
Yasuo, yeah.
It's kind of like that, but she sold that a while ago.
Or like even Ymir, it's kind of like icy, right? I don't know. Anyway,
Ymir's wall is like actually like proper solid.
Well, I think like in real life it'd be icy, and you'd be able to see.
Yeah, true. In real life, you'd probably be able to see through. But yeah. Is anyone actively doing anything?
Dying.
I need to know at some point. Like, are you? If you can't do anything, Darius is going to walk up and he's going to stab the guard that you're holding in the throat.
All right.
Killing him. Darius holds up his crossbow and is going to shoot one of the guards. Killing him too. You could roll. Everyone gets like one free turn as you see this happening. Laura, grabbing up a sword, is going to run up at the tiefling, slash at him. Natural 20. That tiefling does not have much health. And she's going to smite as well. So yeah, she's going to use one of her smites to kill it. There's one human guard left.
All right.
The one who doesn't have a weapon.
All right. Let me get it. Let me get it. I have advantage on this, so do I get sneak attack because it's advantage, or is that not how it works?
No. Yes. You get sneak attack whenever you have advantage, or you have an ally within 5 feet of the target.
All right. Cool.
Are you going to shoot to kill, or are you going to shoot to disable?
No, shoot to kill.
Because you shoot to kill. Okay.
Bam.
Yeah, he dies.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Astra is particularly like James is quite alert at this, but Astra in particular is very taken aback as Darius walks up, stabs a dagger into the throat of the one you're holding, shoots one in the head. Laura and James immediately jump to action and take out the other two. Darius is like, that was getting nowhere, was it? Anyway, let's free them. A stab in the neck doesn't make people unconscious. Telepathically, you hear in your mind, James. Don't worry, he wouldn't have killed you. He was just communicating with you telepathically and screaming. It was all a bluff.
I wonder if is that... What voice is that? Is that the weird thing I have in my head?
It's Darius's voice. And no, you can. That thing rarely talks to you. The magical scarf rarely talks to you unless you talk to it. Basically, is what you would have known from like your time with it.
Wait, I would have had +2. I would have had +2 insight a while ago.
Yeah.
Funny.
You also have resistance to psychic damage and an advantage on all saving throws versus mental effects. I like how you never use that, and that's a really good thing. That makes you basically immune to spells, but cool.
Wait, would that happen last time then?
Once per day, if you would be dropped below 1 HP, something happens. You should really talk to her more.
Holy cow, that's OP. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really use it unless I drop to 1 HP. Well,
yeah, you can use like the other multiple really good effects, and also it is an extra person to talk to for advice who does have knowledge of things. But yeah, Ash just tells you that telepathically as he goes over, and Laura begins unchaining the dwarves in this caged area. Darius like, I don't expect you to understand, but you said you'd do the talking, and you weren't very good at it. One of those human guards was reaching for his blade. That tiefling was capable of magic. You just need to take some initiative sometimes. Would you rather a long, drawn-out fight where we injure ourselves, risking the lives of your companions, which, if memory serves, you have to protect, don't you? Isn't that why you joined the crew in the first place? So you're just turning to Laura now. That wasn't Laura speaking, that was Darius speaking. Jesus. Darius reached Angelica level. Jesus. Okay, very well. Meanwhile, Sherry pulls up this elevator quite quickly as Erik is just jumped into this thing, barely, as it is just traveling upwards. Would you like to try and fight me for control over this lever? Would you like to kill me over it? She turns away from you and basically faces the wall. The wall where the lever is attached to, and she's just holding it very firmly upwards. You do know it would take about 10 minutes or so to fully get up at the speed you're going at. So you definitely have time. It's like the most awkward elevator ride ever. You can head directly back down. I was going to send the lift back down either way. I wouldn't want to leave you stranded down there. No. I detect thoughts. Blah blah. Yeah, you can. So you can just read the surface thoughts. Since mind. I'm just making sure because I know. Okay, so yeah, you can just read the surface thoughts of 3. Her surface thoughts are: I need to get back to the ship. I need to talk to my brother. These people are dangerous. I need to protect him. You get. She's thinking very heavily about Sean and about keeping him safe. Would you like to probe deeper?
The hell?
Yeah. It's a really good spell. Okay, if you're probing deeper, she gets to make a wisdom saving throw. What is your DC? Your spell save DC? Because this is going to be very close. She rolled a 13. It's on your spells sheet. It's on the top rightish. It's spell save DC 16. Okay, she fails. You can probe into her. You gain insight into its emotional state. She's very upset because she learnt that you and Astra killed Persephone while she was defenseless. That, and she's also piecing together basically everything else she knows about you, and that you've killed several people. So she's basically piecing together. She even remembers seeing your group for the first time, killing those innocent people or those crowd people on Junker. And she's basically piecing together all of these people that you've killed. Particularly you and Astra have killed, but also everyone in the group to an extent. Dimble and Kaji more so than like James, but James is the only one who seems to be exempt from that because he basically hasn't killed any innocent people apart from that one person just then, which is arguably innocent.
Okay,
in that
they're holding slaves.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying innocent. I'm saying that's like the only person James has killed so far where there's some level of moral ambiguity, and Sherry doesn't even know about that. So,
look how fantastic I am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like as I said, James is the person who in this campaign is the goodest in terms of D&D morality terms.
Ha.
Oh, is that all Erik has done?
I've only not killed some people because one, Persephone saved my life, and two, I was always sneaking off and I wasn't there. Like the only reason.
I was saying. Directed this way. I'm seeing if she knows that she's being. I think she knows if she knows if she fails. Oh, either way, the target knows they're probing into her mind. Unless you, yeah. So she knows that you're probing into her mind.
Hey, stop probing my mind, please.
She turns to you. Actually, what are you specifically looking for deeper in her mind? Are you looking for anything in particular? Because I think I should probably do that first. Are you just looking into the reasoning of why she's upset, or anything else? Okay, so are you not probing into like deep personal memories or anything? No. Okay. I believe I'm just saying this. The target knows you're probing into its mind, so she knows you're probing into her mind, but she doesn't know what she's looking at particular. So yeah, you find out that she's upset with you for killing Persephone. With what all got described, she's very scared that you will try to hurt her or particularly Sean. Similarly, she worries that Sean is going to be a victim of this whole war between you and Arcana because he's already been in danger twice. No, 3 times now. Once with the bomb, a second time with on Junker, and a third time on Magus 4 when you were trying to flee.
What is that?
That was my phone.
That was like
You thought it was something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's very worried about Sean and doesn't. Ooh. Yeah, okay, that's weird. But yeah, she's very worried about Sean and is not necessarily upset with you, but more wary of you. As you're probing into her mind deeper, she turns to you with an intense look. Give me a wisdom saving throw. This isn't actually a spell or anything. It's just I think a wisdom saving throw is appropriate for this. She looks terrifying. It looks like she's just looking right into your skull, like her eyes are piercing you. She grabs her quarterstaff and shouts, "Get out of my head!" and shoves you against this rocky wall as you're going upwards. As I mentioned before, this elevator has an open end, and she's pushing you actively to this rocky wall. She's going to make an attack roll. I might have just killed Erik.
Oh God.
Not killed, but fuck, Eric's going to get hurt. She got a natural 20. So she's only going to do a little damage because she's only hitting you. No, she is hitting you with a quarterstaff. I just said 6, 7, 8.
I don't
I
want
rolled 3 6s.
Oh,
28 points of
shit.
damage. You take 28 points of damage. Some from the crit, and then some from your back is basically so yeah, she grabs your quarterstaff in both hands and shoves you. More of a shove attack than an actual like whip attack. She shoves you against this back wall, and you feel a sharp force as your back is grating against this wall as you're going upwards. It immediately shreds the clothes off of your back, and your back is left bare and covered in scratches.
I don't
Are you
think you have
shouting
that
that?
much
Give me a
time
persuasion
to-
check. Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. Okay. She's breathing very heavily and looks at you very intensely. Almost, you can give me an insight check if you want, as this happens. You get you can roll again. I'll just take the 22. I mean, either way, it's going to tell you the same things. You get the feeling she's intensely scared of you. You probing her thoughts. Before, when you were just probing her thoughts, you got the sense she doubted you, but she wasn't necessarily like she was more. She wanted some space. That kind of thing where she wanted to go away from you to sort of compose herself, to compose her thoughts, to think things through, and she just didn't want to talk to you until then. That sort of thing, and had no interest in talking to you. Definitely mad or upset or confused by you, and wanted to protect Sean, but not outwardly afraid. Now that you've probed into her mind, it sort of feels like you sort of get the sense that that's pushed her over the edge, and she, whatever doubts she had about trusting you, now she's confirmed that you're not safe, or that she can't trust you. She looks down at you, and you're basically knocked prone as this elevator keeps going up. Are you going to do anything particular? Like, actually, like an action? This isn't really combat, but it's something like that. Give me a persuasion check. She breathes very heavily and stares directly down at you. She holds her quarterstaff. The end that used to have the spear tip is now like broken off, and it's still a bit sharp wood. And she's pointing down, right towards your neck, but she doesn't move. She's just standing still, very like she doesn't move. She's like a statue pointing this quarterstaff down towards you. The elevator's still just chugging upwards. You gonna do anything else? Are you going to start explaining about your past? You do have like about 8 minutes left of this very awkward elevator ride. Otherwise, she's just standing like a statue. She doesn't seem to respond, but she definitely seems to be listening. Are you explaining everything truthfully? Okay. That's about 5 minutes past. She hasn't moved an inch. Give me a persuasion check. Interesting. She puts her hand towards the lever of the elevator and pushes it up slightly. The speed of the elevator has increased. still not moving her left arm, grabbing Subarashi. No, grabbing this quarterstaff, just pointing it towards you. Is Erik actually saying that? Oh god. Okay. Okay. Give me a persuasion
Sure.
check. Just a normal persuasion check. It would be with advantage, but she also really doesn't like you right now, so it balances out. What a time to get a natural 20.
You should re-roll that.
Sherry, you look up at her, and she hasn't moved an inch, but you do see a single tear rolling down her face as she puts her hand back to the lever and pulls it steady. So it's like standing still, almost at the top, but not like a couple minutes of travel away from the top. She reaches down and takes the bat from you. Are you going to like hold on to it or resist her taking it? Or she picks it up and grabs onto the small bits of wire around it and begins unfurling it, like unraveling it. You gonna do anything, or just let her? Okay, she unravels it, and now that she's got this handful of wire in her hand, she looks over at this rocky wall and finds a small crevice and just tucks it into it, and hands you back your bat. She doesn't say anything. She turns back to the lever and begins pulling it down quite slowly. She turns to you, and she actually looks quite strange, very, very different than she usually does. She doesn't have this cold facial expression. Her facial expression is actually very warm and inviting, and it's the first time you've ever seen her like this. Usually she's very stoic, but she seems almost like someone like Lata, that kind of mannerism. Very like normal, very positive. But she turns to you, she's like, I worry too much about Sean. He's more capable a fighter than I am, and considerably smarter. You know why I worry about him, of course, but I know that he wants to help, and he's probably more able than I am. I don't think we need to keep him safe.
Let him die, really.
You've done enough. And so just the elevator just slowly continues downwards. You may. And as the elevator keeps going down, are you just casting it at level 1 or at first level, or using a higher level? Okay, so 2d8 plus whatever your spellcasting modifier is. Which I don't know what it is. I think it's 4. I can't remember these things. I'll check your character sheet real quick. No, it's plus 5 actually, so yeah. 11. Okay, you're away 11. So not terrible, but not amazing. Actually, pretty bad. You're on 16 health. Is there anything else going to be said, or are you just going to head back down all the way? She nods. The elevator continues going downwards, and Astra, James, and co finish up just as they see this elevator reaching the bottom once again. You're all grouped up now in this central area where all these dwarves are. And Darius speaks up and he's like, well, from what I've heard, we've got this strange thing that's killing dwarves down this hallway, or we could just go up and deal with the rest of the slavers. We are all quite injured and low on energy, but I don't really know if we should rest at a time like this without frequent gemstones and ores traveling upwards. I'm afraid they might get suspicious. We might send guards down here. Thoughts? And as James and Astra see Sherry, you would not notice anything different. She's back to her very cold, very emotionless state. Everything is fine. I merely had to go check on something. I mean, you can roll insight if you want to, if you actually like want to see if she's lying. They probably would, but at the same time, Erik does get injured a lot. Yeah, no, she seems honest. Sherry's trustworthy. She could never lie. She could never do anything bad, like almost killing a PC. And yeah, you probably would notice that Erik is pretty badly injured along his back. You could take a short rest if you wanted to, but that is an hour of doing nothing, basically, and that could time passes and could be bad. Okay, Eric's putting on the traveler's shirt. Dabo?
Yeah, what?
Dabo?
What? Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? Methinks Dabo hasn't been paying attention.
No. Right. Huh. I was zoned out. All right.
Me? No. What? Huh?
I was paying full attention. But I'm just very confused.
Okay. Anything I can clarify?
What is happening?
You're all in this central area with these dwarves. The elevator has just come down with Sherry and Erik on it. And you have two options, basically. You can go to where this strange source is, where these dwarves have been sent sometimes and never come back. Or you can go up to the surface to deal with Arcana and the rest of the slavers.
Going down sounds pretty fun. That's what I vouch for.
Zook looks up and is like, I kind of want to rest. Injured, really injured. Laura's like, I'm fine to go on with just... I'm injured, but not severely.
This is actually the most injured I've been in a long time.
Yeah, which is like not much at all.
How about I'm gonna you guys argue this. I'm gonna go stealth down and see what's actually there first and see if there's people there and just like yeah.
So you're gonna go to this place where dwarves go and never come back.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Okay, now give me a perception check. Damon's being the super scout.
Only a 4. Darn.
You walk along, and eventually you hear something, but it takes quite a while. You walk down this winding pathway. You can see a few bones. Just a bit intimidating, a bit like strange, but not completely out of the ordinary. And then you see it. You hear a low, rumbling growl, and smell a very strange scent in the air. As you see... Let me just get it up.
dragon.
Do. Shut up! It's not dragon. It's maybe. Who knows? You see some spots of blood along the wall as well, and you see a large pile of gemstones with a large green creature on top.
Is it a dragon?
Around the dragon's neck is a large, thick
Called
black
it.
chain. There's a thick black chain around its neck, and it looks directly at you, letting out a loud roar which rumbles all the way to the main room. You're about 200 feet away. Sec.
Well, now we're strong enough. And also, it might have been lightning.
Well, I never said you guys are strong enough to fight a dragon. I just put a dragon there. You didn't have to fight it. The dragon looks directly at you, spotting you, and unleashes a loud roar. It's going to be initiative for everyone.
Damn it. Come on, Dabo.
Please click on your character before rolling initiative, because then it makes it so I can actually not.
Oh,
I can actually
Yeah, sure.
You don't need to do it again. You don't need to do it
problem.
again. Jesus.
All right.
I mean, Darius didn't do much better. You're 200 feet away down this winding pathway, but you see James go down there. It's like, hey guys, I'm going to scout it out, and you hear, Rrr! Although much more intimidating than that. Oh,
Hey, I'm back.
Laura MVP.
Oh god, we're rolling for initiative.
Yeah, James pissed off a dragon.
I did not piss off a dragon. I just said hi to it, and it was like, fuck you. So, I mean,
dragon, I merely existed near it and annoyed it to the point of attacking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Erik has got a 19. Astra has got a 6. I like how nobody did White House, but that's funny. That's fine. It's all fine. I'm not mad. Just disappointed. Where's Erik? There he is.
666. Let's go.
I just need a dragon for the initiative now. It's a green dragon, so like the least scary of the adult dragons. I'll make it big and massive just to scare you. Roar!
Scary. Makes it big and massive just to scare us.
And its initiative roll is pretty good. Rip Dabo. Okay. Astra, Darius, and James, which order do you want to go in, by the way? Just so I know.
Wait, I'm gonna go first because I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm just gonna run as soon as possible.
So James, then Astra, then Darius works. I mean, it can matter, but it's up to you. So that's 0. I'm just seeing if this is too. Oh shit, that's the wrong tool. Seeing if this is 200 feet. No, 100. I'm just drawing this little thing out to know how close people are to the dragon. There we go. Cool, put the dragon down there. So it is Laura's turn first. Laura begins sprinting over to the dragon, to this sound, sword in hand. She's sprinting, using her movement and action. Dragon's turn. Let's see what the dragon can do to its only target. James. I need to get up. I need to get it up because I don't actually have it written down. I've got a link to the thing. Not a. Okay, it is going to claw its way over to you with this. It's got this chain around its neck, and as it gets close, you can see it's. Actually, give me a perception check, James.
Yes. Click. Get there.
You read that this thing on its neck actually seems to be a collar, a heavy metal collar, which reads the name Scruffy. Scruffy's a good boy.
The janitor?
It's going to breathe poison on you. Give me a Constitution saving throw as this dragon exhales a poisonous gas in a 60-foot cone, basically filling this room with this green gas.
Wait, Constitution saving throw, you said?
Yeesh.
Alright.
It's only a 30-foot cone, but yeah, he can still get you in it. That is not enough.
Oh.
No, wait, no. DC 14, so yeah, it's just enough. It is just enough to save. So you're going to take half as much damage. Let me just roll half. You take half of this damage, basically. 42. Where's James? James is right next to the dragon. So you take 42 points of damage. Okay. Do you have any way of lowering that damage? No, you don't, do you? No, you take half of that. Duh, I'm being dumb. 21. Only take 21 points of damage. You're on 15 health.
I was about to say, I thought you said that. But, right.
Yeah, this thick poisonous breath sticks to your skin as it's just this entire room is now filled in this green cloud. It is Eric's turn. You only take 21 points of damage. It's fine. Bunny Drone. Are you going to put Bunny Drone out now? Wait, have you used Bunny Drone today? Don't think you have. Or have you? No, I don't think you have. Bunny Drone. Bunny Drone, Thunderwave. You don't know if there's anything special about the gems. So you've got Bunny Drone with Thunderwave, and Bunny Drone's going to start hopping along. Bunny Drone's going to look like a dragon, because we've already got the dragon's sheet open for icons. So that's Bunny Drone. I'm going to put it under Erik. Where's Erik? And it's going to... You're going to inspire Laura. Are you going to move yourself? Actually, I don't think you can see Laura. Laura's around a corner. It's winding hallway, so you actually can't see her, really. I mean, you can see everyone else. You can literally see everyone else apart from Laura. Actually, if you want to move first, then you could see Laura. Like, if you want to move 30 feet forward towards the dragon. This was just chilling. Yeah, I'll move Arsenal. I'll just delete Arsenal for now. And Kaji, because they're not here. And Dimble and Loen. That's everyone, right? Did I roll for... What was it? Yeah, I've got everyone. Inspire Astra, then move 10... Only 10 feet? Okay. Astra, you've been inspired. Erik does not like dragons. Yeah, that's that roar. You don't know if it's a dragon or not from just the roar, but it sounds like a big creature, probably a giant worm or something. So pretty damned scary. It is Sherry's turn. Sherry is going to dash on over. She can get 1, 2, 3. She can get 4 more than her. Right? Yeah, 4 more than her. And that's all she can do, I think. Sherry can't do anything else. Oh, she can do that, but that's not really going to help her now. James, you just got breathed on as this poisonous cloud is filling the room.
Well, I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat and then run 3 times.
Yes. How much is that? That's a lot. That's 90 feet. So you'd get to about here. So yeah, you're about 90 feet away from this dragon.
Okay.
I just running away from it, coughing up
everything.
This poisonous cloud. Okay, yeah, that is your entire turn to do that. It is Astra's turn.
Wait, no, it'd be 120. because the bonus action.
You can move, you can dash, then you can use your bonus action to.
But
dash.
my.
But you cast the expeditious. Yeah, but you can't with the first turn because you actually have to cast the expeditious retreat.
No, when you cast a spell and then as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Oh, so no, so it is an extra 30 feet. Jesus Christ. You will get exhausted very quickly if you do this, by the way. But yeah, you do get
Oof.
an extra 40
Who
feet.
cares?
You get all the way back to there. You run away and you just pass Sherry.
See you later,
No, not that
nerds.
much. Is it that far? It's
120.
no, it's only 30 feet more. So it's like that, right? Yeah, there. You're just getting towards Sherry. So yeah. What's Astra doing? You're in a room currently, Astra, surrounded by dwarves who look very scared at this giant roar. Okay. Are you going to feed it to him or literally just give it to him? Okay, you're just going to give it to him? Cool. Yeah, you're next to him. I'll say that's a free action to just be like, here, take this if you want to like do anything else. Yeah, you can. You can spend your entire turn running if you want to get to where Laura is. No, not to where Laura. Yeah, no, to where Laura is. You're about to fly. No, you're faster than her actually. You'd get between to where Laura and Astra, Laura and Sherry are. Ugh. Again, this isn't an actual map. This is more of a seeing how far it is to the dragon. Your movement speed is 35, so you can get 70 feet. So basically, you can get to here, basically. Again, this isn't actually a map. This is just how far you need to move to get to the dragon. The dragon is currently at 200 feet, which is where his head is. Cool. Okay, cool. It is Darius's turn. Darius is going to saunter over. He's got 50 feet of movement, so he's just going to be like there. Yeah, he's not going to dash. He's too cool to dash. Zook is going to drink that potion. I can't be bothered to get a d4 out of my dice pot. So he heals by that much. 16. Nice.
I'm just gonna add for 3 packs of
He's going to
toilet
dash as
paper.
well, but this is him dashing, and this was Darius moving normally, so tiny little legs carrying him. Laura is going to move again, another 60 feet. So she is now at 120, which is there. Cool. Dragon is going to start clawing his way. How fast is the dragon? Young giant dragon. Do, 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 do. He can fly at 80 feet, so he's going to fly right towards Astra. I need to roll a d6. Yes, the blue mark is your inspiration. Does not recharge poison breath. He's going to wail on Laura. Do, 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 do. He's going to. He's going to try and bite Laura. He's going to be successful and claw her twice. Both the claw attacks she managed to block off with her armor, but she takes 15 damage from the powerful bite. These jaws. As it lets out another tasty roar. I don't know why I said tasty roar. Erik. Nah, blue dragons are pretty cool dudes. Those are the ones who can freeze people. Okay, 10 feet or... Let's go 20 feet, okay. The bunny drone, I forgot to mention, also moved at its full speed, so it's going to be at 120 now as well, along with Laura. Cherry is going to move up towards where... Can she get there in time? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, she can get to the dragon, actually. She gets to the dragon and unleashes... Actually, she's going to get a little bit away from the dragon, not right next to it, and she's going to pull out a whip from her side. It's going to whip a dragon. It's going to fail the save, and it's going to take some damage. Nobody can see it, so I can't really describe it. Nah, I'll describe it anyway. She pulls out this orangey yellow whip and attacks it. It takes some damage. 10 damage. Full. I need to actually write down. I know I've got the HP written here. I'll write it on the actual dragon icon. That'll be way easier to manage than tapping out to the other health bar. Coolio. It is James's turn. You can't get a good shot on the dragon, by the way. It's around a corner.
Wait, okay, so how do I get to the dragon? Which way? Like
To the right. You'd have to get like 20 feet forward to actually see it, though, because it's around a corner.
Alright, I can go 20 feet.
Okay. You move 20 feet towards the dragon again and realise you're a bit out of danger, and you see this dragon just around this corner. Looking much more terrifying in a slightly better lit environment.
Are they next to it?
Yeah, you see Laura, and yeah, Laura's next to it.
Can I get a sneak attack of that, or is it just like in the room?
Yeah.
All right.
You can get a sneak attack if you hit.
Is it just advantage? No.
It's not advantage, just sneak attack.
All right.
I admit that's a really annoyingly.
I keep forgetting that.
It is a really weird rule. It makes sense though, but it's also weird. More like it's confusing, I think. Just enough to hit.
Oof.
So you just hit it, and it takes. Oh wait, does this have resistance? Let me see. No, it doesn't. I thought it might have resistance. Yeah, it takes 17 points of damage. You just shoot this thing. Achoo! Oh, yeah, you won't be able to see its health bar.
I think that's it. Or I might like peek. I'm gonna like go back behind the corner so I don't get breached.
Sure, you're just gonna duck. So like, yeah, 20 back again, just ducking around. Astra, it is your turn. It's currently you'd need to get to about 50 feet more. You need to get 50 feet closer to it to actually be in melee range. Imagine you're fighting this thing in a winding, like, cave system. Yes, you could charge. No, you can't charge and smite. You can charge. Can't do both in the same turn. Unless you pre-smited your blade, you can't do it. You can't charge and smite. But yeah, you can charge attack it. You'll pre-smite using 5 lay on hands points, okay? And you're going to just move at all, or you're just going to wait here? Just sort of get ready for a charge attack next turn. Or... Yeah, no, I think it's 10 feet away. You need to be 10 feet away. But yeah, you're a good distance away that it can't attack you really easily. Unless you want it to attack you really easily, you'd have to get closer. But yeah, you know that you could charge up to it. You'll stay then. Okay, cool. Darius' turn. Darius is going to saunter over to James. He's going to touch his shoulder, and James, your AC is increased by 2 for 1 minute.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's not really into fighting non-humanoids.
Can I do that with myself? I can do that for myself too with my.
Yeah, you could get an AC of 21.
I should use that.
So that's Dariston. So he's going to keep running up on his tiny little legs. He's not going to run too far up. He's basically going to stay with Astra, stay around Astra's range, and he's going to say to Astra, I've got some stuff that I don't know if they'll be helpful. But yeah, I'll back you up. That's what he says. He's not really a direct. He's more of a support than a direct fighter. Laura is bravely and stupidly going to attack the dragon at melee range, missing both times. She's just slashing at this thing, but it's a very tough creature. It bounces off its tough hide. The dragoon, not going to get its poison breath back, is going to wail on Sherry. It's going to make 3 attacks against her. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let me just do math. Okay, I'll do that first, because that's easy. So she takes that much damage from just the first attack, 18. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, Sherry's probably dead. She takes that much damage, 30. She's not... I don't think she's fully... She's not fully dead, but she's dying. Minus 40. She's on minus 14 health, and she's got a health of 48. So she's not like... She's not like that bad. She's still dying though, so don't like let her die. Erik. Yeah, you're too far to really do anything. Even if you have to like dash up and stuff. And even then, nobody saw her go down. Erik doesn't know he went down. Erik's only heard this dragon shouting and roaring and stuff. Yeah, Erik's out of range and he's... Oh, yeah, but your thing will attack it this turn, your bunny drone. It's got 2 charges on its Thunderwave. Yeah, so it couldn't get into range without hurting Laura and Sherry as well. I should also mention you can use bunny drone to heal. You can give it cure wounds. It could be a little medic robot. Level 1 cure wounds. Okay, heal yourself up. Moving forward 10 feet. I should probably delete this weird drawing. Okay, 13. Nice. Yeah, you heal it by 13, and you move 10 more feet. Yeah, bunny drone. Just roll the damage for bunny drone. I think I need to make a dex save, which I pass, so I'll take half damage. I think it's 2d8, but I might be wrong. Yeah, 2d8 thunder damage. Okay, he takes 5 points of damage. As bunny drone's used up one of its electrical charges. Sherry, quite injured. Oh no, Sherry's dying. She needs to make a death saving throw. Natural 1. Okay. She's got 2 deaths. Two like whatever they're called. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. They're not death saves because the anti-save fails. That's the word I was looking for. I can't read them. I'm trying to think of a good. There, give her those 2 icons, 2 random icons to show that she's got 2 fails. Anything below a 11. So basically, if it's the bottom half of the dice, I can't. I'm James, you got +2 to AC right now. What do you want to do? It's possible to get resurrection effects from coffee. No, I don't know. Is it? I mean, it's possible to die from the coffee. If that would help, you could kill her body some more. So yeah, what's James going to do? Dabo, you there? Okay, Astra, it's your turn because you have your the same turn at the same time anyway. Same initiative. I'll just reorder you. Fine. What do you want to do? You can do your charge attack. I will say one thing, to not metagame it, Astra doesn't know that Sherry is down because she is around a corner. I know that's like a shitty thing to say, but I have made it very clear there's a corner that you can't see around. So it would be metagaming to. I'm sorry, I just need to say that for fairness sakes. I don't think that she's the most innocent by far. Made an entire audience of people deaf and almost killed Erik. I'm pretty sure Dwight or Lata would be the most innocent piece. Pretty Lata, actually. More innocent than Dwight. Dwight was a fighter.
I'm back, and I'm the most innocent.
Okay, Astra and James, it's your turns. What do you want to do?
At the same time.
I mean, yeah, basically. I've been waiting for Astra to pick what she's doing. I mean, I'm assuming Astra's going to charge attack?
I'm going to go on this corner and be like, kapowie.
Okay, as you go around the corner and go kapowie, since you've done that, you do see Sherry on the floor dying. Just FYI. And yeah, you do hit. Feeling math, 14 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see that Sherry's on the floor, like, very heavily injured. Is there anything else you want to do?
Hold on. Does his breath count? No, never mind.
No, you can ask.
No,
You
I
can ask
figured
if you
out.
want. I have a feeling I know what you're going to ask.
Really? I was going to ask if his breath is a melee attack, but I figured it's not because it's like...
No, you saw from before it's a
30-foot-ish
cone.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you did run up, it would be... And since this is a very like thin... This is like not even a 30-foot wide corridor sort of thing, so basically anyone in that 30-foot... Anyone within 30 feet of the dragon would get affected by it, because it's just such a thin place. Like, the bunny drone is pretty safe from it because it's underneath the dragon right now. Sort of wormed its way into the dragon. I thought you were going to ask something different, actually, Dabo. The liar, yes? You can't see her. I mean... Yeah, that's true, but... I will say one thing, giving her temporary HP wouldn't revive her. Because it's temporary HP, it's not healing her. Temporary HP would basically... She's on negative 14. So you'd have to give her, like, 15 or so to actually revive her. It's different from a healing, because temporary HP isn't actually healing. It's not health you get forever. It's basically just a little bit of a shield. I'd say you could do it. Yeah, I'll say you could do it. Yeah, so it does give resistance to poison. Although I don't think you even know it's a poison dragon. You don't even know if it's you don't even really know it's a dragon yet. I don't think. I'm not going to say that's metagaming though, because James could have very easily said dragon, green dragon. So yeah.
What do you think I was going to ask, Vicky?
Do you remember that fight you had with the elementals?
Yeah, I did. It's not elemental. I mean, it's not elemental power though.
In D&D terms, it kind of is. You could use the liar if you wanted to. And you could do a charge attack because that was what you were preparing to do. But you do need to do something. I mean, unless you want to do nothing, which is a valid option. Well, yeah, but you don't even know she's down. Like, what would Astra do? If you're ever confused about what to do, what would Astra do right now? Yeah, she'd do a charge attack, which we were trained to. So just do your charge attack. That's the best way to avoid metagaming is, what would my character do in this situation? So yeah, just charge attack. Give me the charge attack. You have Thunderous Smile on it, so it's an additional 2d6 something damage. Not going to be enough to hit, unfortunately. You do have Inspiration, but it's only 1d8, and I'll tell you now, you'd need to roll an 8 to actually hit with it. If you want to use it, you can. Dashing is an action, but you can use it as a. But no, I thought you were Dabo for a second. Dashing is an action. Dabo is a bit different because he can use it with a bow. He's got a special action that's just for dashing. But yeah, if you're actually wanting to dash, it is an action to move your movement speed again. Also, if you do it too many times in a row, I think it's like more than 3 times in a row, you start getting exhausted. Dragon, like, this is like the lowest AC of an actual young dragon. This is it's got 18. That's just a dragon's AC. It's got really tough hide, and they're also not exactly slow creatures. They can fly and dodge. No, you still it's only until your next successful attack within 1 minute, I believe. So you still got it. Yes, you are right next to this dragon, and you do see Sherry on the ground now, very injured. Yeah, sorry, I'll move you. So you're currently here, right next to it. Again, I know this isn't a map or anything. It's just this would be impossible to make as a map because it would be so big. But yeah, that's your whole turn. You can't do anything else. James is done as well, because unless he wants to do anything else with his turn, we'll end it halfway through.
I'm gonna steely stare and
Okay.
boost my AC by 2, so I have 21 AC.
Okay. Anything else? You still got movement if you want to like move up or something.
Well, I'll move back so I don't get
Okay.
dragon because I don't want to.
Like, Darius telepathically communicates with you. It's like, you're pretty cowardly.
I mean, I can't do it.
And he's going to stand right next to you. Not that I'm not. I'm cowardly too. Let's just let them deal with that. He's just all around the corner.
I mean,
Zook is going to continue running upwards. He's basically going to stay here. It's like panting heavily out of breath. It's like, can't run anymore. Laura's going to turn around, looking at Sherry on the ground, turns to Astra and is like, I'm out of energy. I can't heal her. And is going to just start attacking the dragon again. She literally used her only 30 points on herself during that fight. And as this canonical thing, that's not me making it up for extra drama or anything. She's going to hit the dragon both times, though. 10, 16 points of damage? No. What? Yeah, 16. I'm being dumb. I confused myself. Dragon's turn. Let's see if it gets its poison breath back. It does not. And I'm just going to roll it. I'll roll a d4 because there's 4 of you near it. Bunny Drone, Sherry, Laura, and Astra in that order. So 1 for Bunny Drone, 2 for Laura, 3 for Sherry, 4 for Astra. Laura is going to get wailed on. She's going to attack Laura. Need more dice space. The 1 claw attack's going to hit. That's kind of shit. This dragon's doing a good job of killing people, definitely. 2d6 plus 4. 2, 6, 11. Laura takes 11 points of damage as one of these like heavy green claws just strikes across the flesh. He's doing a good job of killing the important people. Erik. I'm just going to roll the Thunderwave damage now, because that's going to happen. Okay, it only takes 3. And Bunny Drone is depleted. Yeah. Okay, you move it up 30 feet. About 20 feet behind these 3 people who are just sort of cowered. You see the 2 of them, James and all of these 3 people are actually ranged, but they can't really get a good angle around this corner. And Zug's so slow. You're inspiring James. Okay, James has been inspired. Oh, Jesus.
What does that do? Like reroll or something?
You can add a 1d8 to any non-damage roll. So it's basically like, oh, I didn't hit my attack. I'll just roll a d8 to add to it. It's really useful. Just nobody ever uses it.
I can do that with sharpshooter and just get more damage off of that.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's pretty good to use it on James. James is a solid pick to use it on. Anything else Eric's going to do? Still got an action. You can move up another 30 feet if you want. Okay, you move up another 30 feet. And just around the corner, you can see Sherry. She's knocked over. She's a bit further away. The dragon is still a bit more around the corner, fighting off Astra and Laura, but you can definitely see Sherry because she's a bit further back. She's laying on the ground. She's going to make a death saving throw because it's her turn. If she rolls below an 11, I'm going to roll it on the roll 20 actually, just so everyone can see it. I'm rolling it in 3, 2, 1. Nobody knows that. Sherry's just lying on the ground, unconscious, as ever. Astra. She's pretty injured. Sherry's bleeding on the ground, but she doesn't know she's dead yet. Hey, it's not me, it's the dice. I've written all this stuff down beforehand. It's not my fault. It's never the DM's fault.
Well, I mean,
this session, my plan for this session has gone completely off course, just so you know. Yes, because Sherry would definitely charge the dragon, as would Laura, as did Astra, as did Bunny Drone.
Playing D&D or?
Are you going to do medicine check or lay on hands or cure wounds or what? Like how? Medicine stabilizer, if you were alive. So yeah, you could definitely do it. You just need to make sure you need to roll above an 11. Same with the death saving throw, basically. 11 or above, I should say. Top half of the dice. Then it's an action to do that, I will say. Are you not marking it off? I don't have a good enough memory for that. You used 5 recently, and I know you healed more last session or something. You healed a good amount last session, like 15 or 20. But that means even if you had used them, you'd still have 5, right? Even if you use 20 last session and 5 this session, you'd still have 5 because you're a level 6. So you'd still have 5. Let's assume you have 5, okay? Just because otherwise we're going to be arguing about it forever. You could just use 1 and it would stabilize her if she were alive.
The DM is always right.
I mean, kinda. It's more that the DM is never wrong or right. Again, D&D isn't a game about winning. I should say that. Or
Yes,
that's a really big misconception. It's not about winning. It's about the story and stuff. Okay, Astra would use her. Yeah, she probably would. You touch her, lay on hands, and immediately Astra gets the realization there is no life in this body. It's a dead body. Sherry is gone. That was her bonus action. Does Astra want to do anything with her movement or action? Astra wouldn't be able to? Just going to stand there? Or... Okay, so she's like desperately trying to do medicine checks and stuff like that. Sort of like in denial. Okay, that's what you're doing? James.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
It's your turn.
Guess what I'm gonna do. All right.
Go around the corner, shoot, run back around.
How'd you know? I'm gonna use sharpshooter.
Yeah, you were saying that it's not going to hit unless you use your...
I am
thing,
gonna use my...
Okay, so roll 1d8. You need to roll 3 or above.
Yeah.
That's going to deal 28 points of damage. Just shoot this thing right in the eye, and it lets out a roar of pain. Are you going to duck around the corner again? What you see now, as you look around, as you jumped around the corner this other time, you see Astra desperately trying to bandage Sherry's wounds, trying to resuscitate her, just trying everything she can do. It looks quite desperate.
I really can't do anything. I just die, and I don't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, you do have an AC of 21.
Yeah, but even then,
yeah, I understand what you mean. It's risky.
I could medicine check her, but that's it.
But by the looks of it, Astra's already doing it. Yeah. And the 2 paladins are right there, so...
Yeah.
Darius is going to be like... Oh. And he's going to step forward, and he's going to pull out his crossbow and fire 2 bolts towards the dragon.
Well, can I tell everyone here that they're dying? I mean, they probably already know, but just...
yeah, you can just say it out, sort of like Sherry's down. Sherry's really injured. Zuki's going to step forward. It's like she's injured, and she's going to step forward. He's going to step forward, and he's going to throw something over Astra, Laura, and Sherry. This small capsule bound in vines, and explodes on impact, creating this sort of mist around the 3 of you. As you look at your own arms and stuff, your form seems slightly incorporeal. Seems like you can sort of see through yourself a little bit as this mist sort of surrounds you. That's basically all he can do. Laura is going to attack the dragon some more, screaming in rage. She's actually going to go berserk because she basically has clocked that Sherry's dead, and she's going to go berserk. Natural 20, so I don't need to roll that one again. And an 18, she's going to hit both. She's going to deal... I can't be bothered to... 3d10 plus 6. 3d10 plus 6. And she's going to smite it as well, because she can. 2d6. That's 29 points of damage as she just unleashes 2 heavy blows into this thing. It's shouting pain, in extreme pain. Let's see if the dragon gets its poison breath back. It does not. So it's going to pick 1 target, one of the 3 of you again. 1 for Laura, 2 for Sherry, 3 for Astra, 4 for reroll. It is going to be Laura again. Laura's not got a lot of luck with taking this aggro. Second 2 attacks going to hit. That's 46 plus 8. Math. 24 points damage. She can take it. As this dragon, it looks heavily injured. It's breathing heavily. Scruffy is not looking so good as it's just panting. desperately clawing at the people it can. It is Eric's turn. Erik, you see Astra desperately trying to revive Sherry. Your maths, like 25 feet, I think? Yeah, 25, 30 feet. I think 30 feet officially. But yeah, 30 feet between the dragon. Okay? Just throwing all of your healing energy into her. You could roll, but it would be pointless. You heal her, and nothing happens. Throw all of your energy into this. Yeah. Well, throw all of your great energy into it. And it doesn't seem to do anything. You would know as well at this point. You've seen dead bodies before she's gone. In the kind of shock where you can't do anything? Or... Yeah, he's got an action, actually. Oh, no, bonus action, because you're not a cleric. I always forget that. Clerics can cast Cure Wounds and stuff with bonus action, but you can't. I think that's how it works anyway. You have bonus action if you want to do anything. Just shouting at it. Anything comprehensive, or... Lots of very rude words. Okay, it's Sherry's turn. Oh wait, never mind, she's dead. Astra's turn. Yeah, Divine Rage, bonus action. I'll say, as a... she still has Smite. I'll say as a one-time thing, you will go into a Berserker Rage, which is where you have advantage on attacks, but advantage on attacks against you as well. Because I think it's an appropriate time for that. So yeah. Okay, give me 2 sword attacks. You have advantage with both. Smite and Rage. It's only got 14 health. I don't think it's going to survive. That's going to be 29 to hit. It's going to deal... math. Painful math. 15, 10, 28 plus 28, 34 damage in total. So yeah, you just cut this beast, and the first cut kills it, but you still go in for this second cut. You just slash it 2 times across the neck. Thick Icarus blood pours out, which reeks, and it falls down, its head barely attached to its shoulders. You are now out of initiative.
Finally.
Darison's at walk over. Yeah.
I'll walk over too.
So everyone's sort of just around Sherry's body. Is anyone doing anything? Or is it just sort of silent? How is James reacting?
I'll just kind of stand back.
Okay. Do you look visibly upset, or like visibly emotional at all?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd be sad. I don't think Cherry was like my best friend, but I mean,
But you
She was
wouldn't be
still
as like
there.
you're not like falling to knees or anything like super Erik or Astra.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Then you do hear a voice in your head. You hear the voice of Darius once again. It's like, there is something I can do to remedy this, but I don't think your friends would really like it.
I think if it saved her life, they would like it. I'd just say that.
It would save a part of her life.
I think it's better than none of her life.
Do I have your permission?
Me have mine.
Very well. I don't know if Astra or James definitely notices. Astra and Erik probably don't. You can make me perception checks if you want. But Darius leaves. You don't really see how he leaves. It's more like 1 minute he's there, 1 minute he's not. And he's gone. James and Zook and Laura knows. Laura goes up to one of the walls and is basically just punching the wall repeatedly. Zook is sort of just standing back, not really sure what to do. And some time sort of passes. Eventually, after some time passes, I'll say an hour, you've all taken a short rest. So if you want to regain, Dabo regains his spell slot. Rob regains his. No, it doesn't. Does he regain bardic inspiration yet? Don't know if you're the right level to regain bardic inspiration or short rest. And you can spend hit dice if you want to heal. Yeah, he does. I know he gets it back at some level. I just didn't know if you were already that level. Yeah. Nobody's really talking to one another. It's very. Everyone sort of seems to have stopped caring about the current mission as this is going on. Even like Laura, who was very like gung ho about this whole thing. She just seems to be very angry, very upset with herself or upset at the situation. If Eric's saying that out loud, Zook's like, there are ways, but they're all very difficult, and most of them wouldn't bring her back. They would bring her back as a zombie, or I don't really know the details of this sort of thing, but Darius knows some things. Lime, can you just roll me percentile dice? I just want to see like how successful or how that goes. That thing you PM'd me. Okay, pretty unsuccessful. Okay. Eventually, Laura calms down. It's like, it's sad, but we've got a mission to do. We've killed this dragon. That should make this planet safer. We should move onwards. He comes and goes. He's not of this plane. She thinks, and Zook thinks. Zook's like, I could stay down here with her if you want. I'm not that good at fighting, and I don't really have much left. I can give you what I have left, though. And he reaches into his bag and passes Erik. He passes you two of these glass vials with vines wrapped around them. One of them is, I just need to find the thing. One of them is a green liquid, and the other one is a purple liquid. You can add purple drought and dark green drought to your inventory if you want. He explains they'll only last for one day. The green one, it will make vines appear. This purple one will make some sort of void appear. Throw them at people you want to kill. And as Zook just sits down, as you've all spent some time in this room, I will also tell you there is a large pile of gemstones and a dragon corpse, which you know can be harvested for good materials that would sell for a lot. There's also a chest at the far end of the room.
Chest, give me the chest. Chest, give me the chest.
Chest? Okay.
Mine.
You go for the chest. You don't go immediately, not to offend people and stuff, but you do go for the chest.
Don't care about
inside the
very
chest,
dead, just for him.
You see an orb. A strange orb in this chest. About the size of a crystal ball, like handheld. Would you like to take it?
Yeah.
As soon as you touch this orb,
Oh god.
you feel a darkness wash over your mind as you see something. It's almost as if you've been sucked from this place, and you're transported somewhere else. You see your home planet. You see large ships, battleships, Arcana battleships, heading directly towards your home planet. You see lasers being shot into your palace. You see your family running and hiding. Your army's weak and defenseless against this huge onslaught. Soldiers are deployed onto the planet. Lots of knights and paladins of Arcana rushing forward and just attacking the civilians brutally. It doesn't last for very long, but it feels very vivid and real. And just as soon as you were sucked out of this world, you're sucked back in, and you feel yourself returning to this place. But what you just felt very real and very vivid, almost as if it was actually happening. And you haven't taken this orb, by the way. It's still sort of as you take it, you just drop it back into this chest. But you can take it if you want. So that's what you see. Jesus, everything's happening, isn't it?
Yeah. Is who's in this room? Is Darius gone still?
Darius is gone. Astra's gone as well. Astra walked off. Darius is gone. Sherry's corpse is still here. Zook is sitting by the corpse. Laura is around, and Eric's here, and James is like by the chest.
Is Erik still crying?
It's the five of you in this room, basically. Huh?
Is Erik still crying or something?
Is Erik still
Eric's
crying?
harvesting the dragon.
Oh wait, okay. Sorry, I wasn't reading that because I was distracted. I can't leave it. Okay. Erik will, however, harvest the dragon, mainly to mutilate the body. You can add 4 vials of dragon blood and 12 dragon teeth and 16 dragon scales. I'll add that actually because it's kind of complicated.
I'm gonna rush over to
12
him.
dragon teeth and was it 6? So 4. Oh yeah, 4 dragon blood and 16 green dragon scales. Basically, these things can sell for quite a lot of money, and you can also make armor out of them and stuff like that. Okay. Laura speaks up to people and is actually like taking on a bit more of a commanding presence now, one that you've seen from her before. She's like, right, we need to get on with this. These dwarves are counting on us, and the longer we stay down here, the more chance they would send guards down here to kill all of us.
As soon as I touch this orb and like not get like out of the like
The trance thing,
yeah, I'm gonna rush over to Erik and hand him the ball and get him to tell me what he sees.
Okay, you give him the ball. Is Erik going to touch it? You touch it, and you see the moment the dragon breathed. No, how did the dragon kill it? No, the dragon clawed her to death. That was it. You see the moment the dragon bit Sherry's arm heavily, this deep gash across her shoulder. You see these two claws rending her flesh, ripping her stomach open. You see her fall to the ground, bleeding. The last clutches of life leaving her body. As soon as that's over, your vision fades, and something new appears. You see a dark planet, but a very warm one. You can feel the warmth all around you. You see, you're not on a planet. You see walkways. It's a spaceship of sorts. Colourful banners all around, and many people. It's extremely crowded. You see figures walking around, and you see posters on the walls, which seem to have your face on them. Wanted is what all the posters say. You recognise this place as the what is it called? The Black Steel Bazaar. The Black Steel. I need to actually write that up as well because I didn't actually write that in my notes, but it was planned. You recognise this place as the Black Steel Bazaar, which is basically a large spaceship colony thing that doesn't really move much and is a hotspot for basically all kinds of criminals. It's worse than Junker, worse than the shady parts of Tech Nexus. It's a really, really shady place. And these wanted posters of you are all around. You don't recognise any of the shadowy figures around, but they all look pretty bad. And that's what you see. This vision fades over you, and you return to the room after just witnessing Sherry die a second time. This time, though, you actually are seeing the moment of her death, which you didn't see before because you were around the corner. The Black Steel Bazaar. Black Steel Bazaar. James probably wouldn't recognise the name Black Steel Bazaar. I don't think Zook or Laura would. Nobody in this room would. Like,
What's the
Kaji
Black?
would, Dimble might.
What's the Black Steel Bazaar?
You can just relay information if you want. Yeah, he basically relays. Are you relaying? I don't know if you're relaying. I don't want to assume. Yeah, so basically, he just tells you, pretty bad place, loads of criminals, loads of gun trading, loads of murders, loads of assassins, loads of terrorists. Basically, really shady criminal place that you should only go to if you're a criminal. Eric's probably been there before, to be honest.
I'm gonna ask Laura if she's if Arcana is attacking XQ7. That's my planet. By the way.
XQ7. Actually, thinks for a second. I'm not familiar with it, I'm afraid. Lots of planets in the universe. There aren't really any planned attacks on any planets. Actually, you see her like physically thinking, oh no, wait, there was one. We were instructed, not now, but it was early plans. I trust you enough to tell you this. There were plans to attack a planet called Junker.
All right.
I know we've been there before together on this planet.
Yeah.
It was strange to me at the time, but there are plans to attack it.
Junka, right? No,
Apparently, some uprising of rebellions. A rebellion has happened there.
Wait, at Junka?
Yeah, I was aware that this place wasn't exactly the nicest place. It was a bit of a rough place, but I didn't expect this.
I mean,
Erik was always willing to give an arm because he wants a robot arm.
I'm gonna ask Zook if he knows anything about it too. He probably doesn't know.
About what? Oh, about the attacking X27. Sorry, I really don't know. He'll roll an intelligence check. Just... No idea.
I assume I have like a cellular phone or something, right?
Yeah,
or some sort
you
of.
would have like.
Can I
assume it's like tablety devices that are like
can,
on your arms and stuff.
can I like message my, I guess parents probably because they're like on the planet.
Yeah. You message them. You're just gonna say like, I saw this thing.
I'm gonna be like, are you being attacked? And that's it.
You get a reply about 10 minutes later. It's like, no, we're not getting attacked. Are you explaining everything about the thing? Because it's quite instant messaging.
I'll explain it like
yeah,
after they tell me. Yeah.
It's troubling. Your mother mostly is the one speaking to you. It's troubling. I've heard of these devices that can predict the truth. Be careful who you mention our planet's name to. We'll redouble our defenses. We do have ways of hiding, as I'm sure you're aware, and you know what they're talking about. You know that there are vaults and stuff underneath your planet connected to the crypts that are for protecting royalty in case of shit happening. We'll try our best to stay safe, but it would be best if you could secure more allies. We'll be doing our part as well.
All right, I'll just be like trying my hardest or whatever. And I'm gonna tell Erik I think whatever he saw is fake. Because what I saw in mine was fake.
Erik probably wouldn't believe that entirely because he definitely saw like the wounds you saw that in that vision of Sherry getting killed are exactly the same as the ones you saw really, and from what you remember about the Black Steel Bazaar, it looks pretty much the same, like the same sort of layout.
I think it's supposed to be what you fear most, and I think since you hadn't seen her die, it showed you that.
That's surprisingly insightful. Laura clears her throat. I'm actually going to heal her because they took a short rest. 15? A bit more. I'm not going to use exact hit dice for her, but yeah, I'm just basically healing by rough amounts. James, are you going to heal at all with hit dice?
I probably should, yeah.
Just roll as many as you want. You got like 6.
Oh. Wait, I can roll in different hit dice classes. It's the same thing, but it prompts me.
Because it's D8 for both Rogue and Warlock. 17. What? Fuck out.
Oh, not a death save.
No, done enough of those today. You can roll more if you want. You're 32 at 54.
I'll roll 2 more.
Okay. 7. You're pretty good. 47 at 54, so yeah.
Alright.
Should we move?
I'm gonna smash this orb. Like throw it on the ground.
How? Like you don't really have do you have a machete and stuff? You don't really have a smashy weapon. You have more.
Well, I just like weapons. Throw it like from.
Oh yeah, you just throw it really hard.
Hands. Yeah.
And just give me a strength check. I mean, it's not a weak thing, but.
Okay then.
You throw it on the floor as hard as you can, with an effortful grunt, and it just like sort of just rolls there on the floor. Ding ding ding. You're hit with that. Give me a strength check. Again, this is a magical item. It's not like super weak, but it can be broken. Yeah, no, you slap it with the bat. It just rolls off. Ting ting ting. There is this huge pile of gemstones, by the way. I know Erik doesn't care, but does James?
I'll take some. Sure.
Say I'll just say add. You can add loads of stuff to the bag of holding. I'll just say add 1,000 gemstones to your inventory. Okay, and it's a weird thing to say, but I'll work out the money. But you expect this is a lot. I'll just say you and Dimble are just there. Dimble's holding open his bag of holding, and you're just shoveling in gems.
Sure.
Because you can carry it all with the bag of holding. Well, it's like the most OP item in D&D.
Can we maybe end the session there? I don't know.
Astra, you find yourself walking out of mine. You took the elevator up, and I'm going to assume you sent it down again after you, just so they wouldn't be stranded. You managed to walk around the upper parts of... Oh, check Discord. Sorry. When you use Divine Sense at the elevator, you don't detect any senses of good or evil. You sense that the dwarves are good. That's the only thing you sense that's good or evil within 60 feet. Because everyone else is like not within range of the elevator. DM's note, that was basically a way of Darius telling you to detect that there was a dragon. Because it's an evil thing. I mean, it wasn't very useful, but he was more just like, oh, I kind of want to know what that thing is, if it's an evil thing that's killing dwarves. And yeah, you did cool. Yeah, you go up the elevator, send it back down. You manage to walk around the upper parts of the mine without any problem. You're a bit covered in blood, but it's not too bad because, and it's also not as noticeable because of your red and black armor, your blacksworth armor. So it kind of blends in, and also you did just go down there telling guards and stuff you're going to fight creatures and stuff that have been propping up the mines. You pass by the guards, they kind of ignore you, you kind of ignore them. You manage to leave the area. Once you leave the area, these two Arcana guards that were standing outside, one was just like, dearie, you look a bit different. Could I see your pass again? And I'm not going to RP the whole thing, but after quite a bit of failed, very awkward conversation, they detain you. You try and fight your way away from them, but with the sheer number of guards around, you can't really get even a single good hit on, especially with your emotional state. And they lead you to the Arcana building and detain you in a cell, a thick metal cell. You're stripped of all your weapons, armor, and gear. Apart from your clothes, you have nothing. That is it. Unless you want to try and sleight of hand sneak something into your pocket. It would have to be pretty small. Would you like to do that? No, okay. So they take everything from you. You're just left with just your clothes in this cell in the Arcana building. That's what's happened with you. And you're just sort of in that cell by yourself, and it gives you some time to sort of go over things, think. And that's that. What are the people downstairs doing?
I don't know. Laura's like...
Laura is really trying to rally you now, and is like, we need to go. These dwarves are counting on us. We need to fight our way out of this. We can't do anything more for her now. I'm sure if there is anything we can do, Darius will help. That's probably why he left.
I'll be fine with going.
Okay. Erik, when she looks down at you. She died trying to protect these dwarves. Please help her finish what she started. Very well. And sort of the three of you walk away. Zook just kneels by the body, sort of by himself, kicking his feet. And the three of you head up the elevator. As you head up, let me just ask you, how are you going to play this? You've got this elevator ride going up, and Laura's basically like, we pass by two squadrons of 4 guards. We shouldn't have too much trouble just taking them out by force, unless you wanted to try something sneaky again, like taking someone hostage. How do you want to play it? It's sort of just looking to the two of you. I'm good with whatever you decide to do. No, I accidentally unplugged my headphones from my computer, even though my headphones aren't plugged into my computer. Words. I'll fix that later. James, the decision is yours.
Let's go. Yeah.
Should we attack them, like from the shadows? Just run in and attack, or should we try something different?
Shadows, huh? That's like the best idea because they have shadows and, you know, it's sneaky.
She sort of leaves you alone a bit with it. Erik, as you're going up the elevator, give me a perception check. This elevator just very awkwardly going upwards. Laura consistently pushing it upwards to try and make it go faster. As you're passing, you do pass by some bloody marks on the wall and a small little crevice where you know she tucked away the barbed wire from your bat. You pass by it quite quickly, but if you want to do anything, you can. Okay. So yeah, the elevator just keeps passing upwards, and eventually you reach the top. Immediately after opening the door, you peer out, and you do see a guard patrol. You see these 6 dwarves mining away, and you see 4 guards. 3 humans and a tiefling, which seems to be the standard setup for these guards. And they're all just casually looking back. These ones definitely seem less strong than the ones downstairs. They seem less hardy. The guards, a lot of them seem younger. One of them even seems to be about like 18, 19. Yeah. What are you going to do? Laura just looks over at James, sort of not dismissively of Erik, but more just like Eric's really upset, doesn't really know what to do right now. Look, wanting advice from James. What about if I run in, you shoot?
I'm pretty good at shooting. That might work.
Take out the tiefling first?
Yeah, probably he's gonna like kill me again or something. He's gonna like
Spellcasters,
control
yes.
my mind.
I go for the tiefling. You fire at the 2 on the right. Erik, can you handle the one on the left? Very well.
Yes.
She pushes open the door. I'm not going to make this a combat encounter. Instead, I just want everyone to make me one attack roll. Because these guys are incredibly weak. I just want to see roughly how this fight goes. James? Dabo?
Yeah. All right. Just a regular attack.
Yeah. Okay. Laura dashes out and immediately cuts up this tiefling. They not see it coming at all. The dwarves turn around in surprise as James just pokes his head up and fires 2 shots in rapid succession, killing the 2 guards on the right. Erik runs up and starts swinging his bat, but just goes limp. He's not ready to fight. His body just feels weak from all of the emotion, and he just hits him lightly, knocking the guard over. James pulls out his pistol and finishes off the other guard. You head upwards, meet another guard patrol, and take that in a very similar way. And eventually you find yourselves freeing all of the dwarves in the mine. It doesn't take too long, but you do manage to get all the dwarves out of their chains, and you explain everything to them in detail. The dwarves from the lower mines actually begin traveling upwards, and Zook even brings up Sherry's body. And that's when you see someone just appear from the shadows, from as if they were always there, but you had never noticed them before. Darius walks out. He turns to face you and is like, "Greetings. It appears we have a problem. Astra has gotten herself taken captive."
Gosh darn it. Silly Astra. Ha ha ha. I'm not gonna say that. Where?
The Arcana building.
She did that on purpose?
I don't know. But it's not good. I count 8 guards, 1 commander of the guards, a powerful mage, and 15 or so admin staff. It's quite a lot of people. And that's not even including the 2 guards outside the mine. And we're not many people. I can get into the building, but getting out with her is difficult. Unless, of course, you wanted to take her to a different plane of existence. But then she'd be trapped there.
So you couldn't get her back out of the plane of resistance? Or
I could, but she'd just be in the same place she was when she left this plane of existence, so she'd be in the cell still.
you could put her in the plane and then we could go, or like the guards would leave or something, and then we could go, like, I don't know.
It is possible. We could. I'm not against that idea.
Might be.
And in your head, James, you hear as literally as Darius is talking about this escape plan, you hear him overlapping this talking with a voice in your head, which seems to make it impossible to tell what Darius is actually saying. You hear, "I've got a few things prepared. I can definitely resurrect Sherry, but it comes at a cost." Yeah, Darius is here again.
There's the one talking.
Outsiders.
Yeah. Why aren't you right there?
Yeah, Erik knows this. Erik knows that Darius came back. Why does Darius trust James so much?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to.
You could ask him if you wanted to, because it does definitely seem like he's only talking to you about this stuff.
Well,
he also shielded you in combat when you're definitely the one who could benefit from it less than others.
It's pretty obvious I'm the leader and the most what is the word? Moral, I guess.
Moral, yeah. I mean, you are
obviously.
I still say it, the only good one in the campaign. Although Astra's probably getting close to being good now in terms of weird moral D&D.
Only
morality,
good.
and Erik too. Well, Erik's a bit harder to turn good, but he's on the right track. Dimble's close as well. Dimble might actually be good now. Who knows? But yeah,
Dimble's obviously a terrorist.
I am ready to try something. I have 2 options, both of which have pretty severe consequences, and that's what he's saying to James. And as he's saying this to James in his head, he turns to you and is like, "Well, there are possibilities, but nothing is easy." Well, there is only one way to really do so, and he only tells you this one way. He says, "I can resurrect her at a sharp cost, the cost of other innocent lives, multiple other innocent lives."
Wait, how does Erik know what he's talking about?
Erik's just talking to him normally. Darius, in James, in your head, you hear there are 2 ways. One is with the sacrifice of multiple innocent lives. One is with different means, less loss, but she might not come back as she once was.
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's exactly that. I've never done it before. No, there is no other way. You can give me an insight check, Erik. Because he's good at lying, but you're good at insight, so... No, he seems genuine. You were one off, by the way. He seems genuine. That is only one way. But James, he's told you there's two ways in your mind. I'll leave the final choice to you, James.
Wait, what was the other way? There was she'd be not a normal self, and what?
There is... I could sacrifice several willing lives. Innocent, willing lives. Or I could try resurrecting her without any loss, but she might not come back as she once was.
I say without loss. I don't want to. I think people would.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ, Lime. My God.
What is that? Like Game of
Oh
Thrones?
my God.
Oh god, that's so funny in such a horrible way.
Oh my God, that is the best.
Oh god.
So, do
It's
I
like
have
Game
your
of-
permission?
Is it Game of Thrones? Or
Oh.
what is that? Oh. Alright, anyway, okay.
Do I have your permission, James, to do this without loss?
Yeah, I think if you did it with sacrifice, people would sacrifice themselves, and I don't want people sacrificing themselves.
Very noble of you. And he turns to Erik. It's like, I'm sorry that there is nothing I can do. I have other matters to attend to. I will be looking into ways that I can try and save Astra from her prison. And he fades into the shadows.
Wait, so was he? Astra is actually in a prison, or
Astra, no, she
Was
is
he-
actually
all
stuck
right?
in prison.
Okay. So he wasn't just lying about that to like
No.
talk to me or something. All right.
Although you definitely get, James would get this impression that he was definitely only talking to you about it as a cover for being near enough to talk to James telepathically. About 10 minutes pass. You're just sort of finishing up freeing the dwarves and sort of talking about how you're going to get Astra out of this prison. And something very strange happens. A dark shadow seems to just flit about. Seems to just flit about the room. Shoots directly towards Sherry, just entering her body. Her body immediately convulses like it's having a seizure, like it's been electrocuted. Is anyone doing anything? Yes, everyone sees this shadow. The dwarves look like panics and like, what is that? Magic? Is it from the sorceress? Astra gasps a certain distance. No, it wouldn't be. Astra doesn't know about this. Astra's just in a cell. Is anyone actually like actively doing anything as her body's just convulsing? Okay, then. Erik, I'll have you do the honors. Roll me percentile dice. Yeah, it's literally that. That's what Erik is. That's what everyone is. Erik can do the honors and roll percentile dice. 29. Okay, now I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29. Ooh. 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 Okay. It's interesting. You see her body begin to move. she begins shuffling to her feet, pulling herself upwards. She sort of like mulls about slightly, so almost as if she's like heavily drunk or something like that. She sort of seems to be like struggling to stand. Her hair sort of pushed up over her eyes. You see her eyes go completely black and red as she looks up at you. Her skin completely pale and slightly wrinkled. She speaks out in a very, very rough language, like she's spitting fire. It sounds awful. I don't think anyone here speaks Infernal. I'll allow it. I know that's completely stupid that I should allow that, but I'll allow it. 81. So half of 81 is 41. 40? 40, right? Yeah, I would take 40. Because there's only 50 things on this list, so I need to get the list back up. So what was the first one? It was 26, so I can just count from there. Should be easier. Oh, where the hell was I? So 40. Okay. Do you want to take this new result? It's not worse, it's basically the same level of bad, just different bad. No. So, do you want to take the first sherry or the new sherry? It's like deal or no deal. You don't know what the second sherry is. But I will say it's basically the same level of bad, just different bad. So, are you? I'm going to say that you take. Which one are you taking? Can you God Call? No. You cannot God Call. Okay, try the same one. Do you see the same thing where she shuffles to her feet, almost drunken? But something's different. She looks up at you, and instead her eyes are green, very bright, piercing green. Her skin doesn't look super pale, but it doesn't look a healthy skin tone. It looks sickly and green. Her hair looks slightly longer. She looks up at you. There's something in her eyes, some look of recognition. But give me an insight check. You fail to see exactly. You don't really notice something. Something's there, but you don't notice it. You get this feeling that something's wrong. Yeah? Still don't see it. You just don't know. Something's wrong about her, though. She looks up at you, and she seems to be making some sort of noise, some sort of noise. You think she's about to say your name, but she lets out a vicious scream. Her arms extending and turning into thorny vines. She lashes out 2 attacks against you. It's going to be initiative. Both of them miss. Oh no, she's got advantage because of surprise. Yeah, one of them hits only. Take 4 points of damage. Well, that's classic. You take 4 points of damage. I'll just say roll initiative. With just the 3 of us, just James, Erik, and And new Sherry.
I didn't click on my person. Sorry.
That's fine. Oh, it's 11. So it's Eric's turn first. It's Eric. Eric, it's your turn. You just Sherry. This person who she is Sherry. She's attacking you. Her arms are vines, but she is definitely, undeniably Sherry. Begins lashing out with these sharp, viney thorns. Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage. It's not enough. Sherry begins lashing at you again. Hitting with the second one. Eric's falling back, okay. 7 points damage. I can count. I was like 5 plus 2 is 6. James, this Sherry is just attacking Eric. This strange Sherry. You hear the beginnings of a voice in the back of your mind, but nothing really comes through. But you do get a feeling that this is what Darius was talking about. How she came back, but not as who she was.
Wait, so Darius is not here, or
Darius is not here.
I can't like talk to Darius anyway. I don't have like.
You can try.
I'm gonna
You can just
try
and like mentally be like, Darius, hey. You can try.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a charisma check, a general charisma check.
I don't really know how mind thinking works.
Yeah. You try. You send out a message. You don't know if it worked. In doing anything else? Darius ain't here. That's right. Yeah. Lauren took her around, but
I don't really have any. I could like. The most I could do is stunning shot her non-lethally, I guess. But that's would not really do much.
okay. Well, you don't have to do anything. You can hold an action if you want, or just like keep your turn.
I'm just gonna give my. I'm just gonna hope that Darius shows up or something, because I don't know
Eric.
what to do. I don't want to kill her.
Cherry is attacking you. You see this softness in her eyes, this look that she gave you back in the elevator that nobody else gave you before, and that she never gave anyone else before, that you've only ever seen when you were alone with her that one time. She looked back at you with that same soft expression. Although there is a certain ferocity. The look is still there, but there is a certain ferocity. Like this anger. Persuasion check with disadvantage. Not enough. It's a really, really tough check to make. This Sherry just looks back at you with ferociousness in her eyes. She wants to kill you. She wants to hurt you. It's the same. It's similar. Very similar. This anger is very similar to the one you saw when she shoved you, but she also does have a sort of kind softness to her face at the same time. Okay. Is that all? Okay. Laura and Zook are still there. They're going to have their turn now. It's not really a hard initiative. This is kind of a soft initiative. As you just heal yourself. 5. Okay, 6 health. Laura begins standing up with her sword and actually like getting her sword, sort of not running towards her, but definitely taking a very cautious defensive stance, ready to attack attack Sherry. Zook sort of stands back and gets his sling out, just looking over quite curiously. Sherry looks around. She sees you getting close and backs off immediately. Sees Laura to her right with this sword. She sees Zook with a sling. She sees James with a gun, and several of the dwarves now around you have also gotten like some holding pickaxes, holding clubs, holding makeshift weapons, rocks. Just as they see this thing just appear, you see her looking at you one more time as she sinks into the ground, the earth molding around her. And with that, she sinks into the ground and is gone. You're out of initiative. I think that's a very good place to end.
Darius is not going to show up.
No. What just happened is you took my notes of what was going to happen in this session and threw them right out the window.
Why? Were we supposed to go like up or something?
Well, no, like I had like sort of. I didn't expect. Let's just say I didn't expect the Sherry Erik thing to happen like that or that early. What just happened? Oh, she sunk into the ground. She looked around and was like, "There are a lot of people here." Not actually saying that, but she basically looked around, realized there are so many people here, especially dwarves as well, that could fight her, that she sunk into the ground. Sort of how I'm trying to think of a good description. Almost like she was melting into the ground. You don't really know if Darius had anything to do with it. James knows, basically for certain, that Darius had something to do with this, but Darius seemed. You rolled low on the insight check. He seemed genuine when he said that was the only way he knew to resurrect would be to sacrifice several lives. What happened? And yeah, that's a good place to end it. Leaves a lot of questions, a lot of not so many answers. Fuck that session. Just Jesus. Jesus. Yes, question. Yeah, several ways. If a priest or I think paladin, priests. I think it's only priests or slash clerics, whatever they're called in this game. Clerics can use revivify. If she just died, that's only if she just died. There are ways to bring her back if you appeal to a god strongly enough, but you kind of need the body intact to do that. And with whatever just happened, you don't have her body. And from this, you don't know. Erik didn't know. Theoretically, yes. There's a lot of things you can do to bring people back. So theoretically, yes. It's just whether that's believably possible or achievable while all of this shit is going on with Arcana is much less likely. Erik, of course, would not necessarily know all of that, though. Yeah. Well, yes, but no. Like, yes, honestly, in D&D, considering you can literally recover from a broken limb by casting a spell that regrows your limb, yeah, you can. Death isn't the end. Not to mention when you die, you don't actually die. There's like heaven, sort of heaven. There's different heavens in D&D, different planes of existence that your soul goes to. You can go to hell, you can go to heaven, quote unquote. So no, it's not impossible. It's just a matter of while you're actively running away from and dealing with a huge terroristy organization, it becomes a lot less difficult, a lot less easy. Yes, it would take so much time that even if your character was very determined to do so, it wouldn't really be feasible because, for instance, Eric's got like this whole Arcana thing to deal with, and he's definitely known by Arcana. So even if you wanted to resurrect Sherry, it would be it would probably take second place, if that makes sense. Well, who knows? Not all characters get happy endings. I mean, I didn't expect Sherry to die. That's for sure.
Yeah, you did. You were like, I'm gonna
I
kill
didn't.
Sherry.
I mean, it was interesting how that happened. No, I really didn't expect her to die. I could show you my notes, but it would spoil.
Yeah,
No,
do
it's
it. I
not
like
gonna-
it. Yeah, that's fine. You can show me notes.
I'm just trying to find the exact notes. I'm just trying to see. That's kind of spoilers. Basically, I'll just tell you the notes because it's got spoilers like trickled in between, relating to Astra's story. But basically, she was going to go back to the ship and try and convince Sean, Lata, and Dwight that it was too dangerous to continue to be with them and that they should leave with the ship. Then, when Sean and Sherry had that conversation with that natural 20 roll, Sherry changed her mind and decided it was worth going with them because Erik had been completely honest with her. And then Sherry died because I randomly picked her as the dragon's target with a dice roll, and she just didn't have enough health to sustain a natural 20 from the dragon. So, I did not expect any of this. I actually had way different stuff planned. Sherry wasn't even going to be a huge part of this session. Like, she was going to be a decent sized part, but more of a surprise twist at the end. It's like, oh, I've been talking to the ship people saying that we should leave, and then we have to, and like, Astra would have to appeal to Lata, and Kaji could appeal to Dwight, and that sort of thing, and nobody could appeal to Sean because nobody likes him. I mean, not really. I mean, sort of, but yeah, not really. No, kinda. Honestly, the thing that actually killed Sherry, you can't really put it to one thing. There are like you could basically blame anyone. You could blame James for alerting the dragon in a weird way, like not all going into the room
And
together.
I mean, I
Eric-
could have maybe
James-
like ran in medicine checked or something, but like,
Yes, that is possible. You could have.
But I think
that's the thing. You can blame anyone. You could blame Astra for not like, I don't fucking know, healing people beforehand or giving resistance beforehand. I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's stupid to blame anyone in particular because that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, okay, you don't get it. Maybe I'm not blaming you. I'm saying it's very easy to blame anyone when you use bullshit reasoning. It's nobody's fault, really. It's dice. It was also really unlucky that Laura actually did use her last 30 lay on hands points on herself in the fight with Astra. Although she could have done a medicine check now that I think about it. Although honestly, it wouldn't really be in her character to do that. She's more of a kill the thing first, then heal people. Again, anyone could have saved her if they took different actions, but that doesn't mean anyone's at fault. Does that make sense? Hindsight is 2020. That's probably what I'm trying to say here.
more like hindsight is roll 20. Haha, that's funny.
It's going to become zealot, a religious zealot.
But other than Sherry dying, that orb thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had things planned for whoever touched it, literally anyone, which is good. I did obviously do that Sherry dying thing last minute because it just seemed an appropriate thing. That was actually in the last session as well. If you went this way, but that's another thing. If you literally went right instead of left, Sherry might be alive.
Yeah,
It's fun to think like
everyone.
that. It's
Disappointing.
fun to think like that in a way that it's like it's pointless. No, not pointless. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to convey an idea, and my words aren't working. It's interesting to look back and think, huh, if we did that different, things could be completely different. But it's also pointless thinking like that because that's not what happened. She also doesn't have much health. That's another thing. It's the fighter class who rolled poorly on health. Also, Erik came pretty close to dying because if he rolled a natural 1 on that persuasion check instead of a natural 20, Sherry would have pushed him against the wall again. And then, like, nobody would have saved him. With PCs, it's a bit different. I do allow PCs to have 1 res because they're your player characters and they're more important. And it also makes more sense that if they're super pivotal, you'd actually put in effort to res them. Whereas Sherry, while pivotal, isn't super pivotal. Can Erik give his res to Sherry? No. I mean, not really once she was down. I mean, I guess like the only thing you could have done was be like, I'll protect her body. So if the dragon tries to attack her body, then I'll get in the way. Which it could have done. It could have literally eaten her while she was down. Because if you didn't get it, the dragon was being fed dwarves. D&D is that kind of game where it's like you can have really happy fun times with mistletoe and Secret Santa. This is a fun campaign. Well, it's not exactly a dark campaign either. There are campaigns that are way darker. I could run a fun campaign, but fun campaigns need to be done with fun people. Not that you're not fun people, it's just I don't think any of you would really genuinely like a fun campaign. Like one of those really silly fun campaigns. You need to be a special kind of person to enjoy them.
Special kind of person.
Yeah, like me. I'm like it. Like not that really sounded conceited, didn't it? I was meant to make that sound self-deprecating, but
None of you are
really,
fun.
cocky.
You're all horrible people.
Like this is more of a I don't know how to describe it. Like it's not. This is more Lord of the Rings level of D&D. It's not Game of Thrones where literally everyone is dying left and right and torture and murder are happening all the time. But it's also not fucking what's a really light-hearted fantasy thing? I don't know. I don't know what a light-hearted fantasy thing is. But yeah, it's not like that, where it's like a fun, happy time campaign.
If I'm being honest, I never really cared about Cherry. She was always kind of like with Erik, and I never really.
It was very much.
I never
Erik-y
interacted with her at all.
It's true. That's true. There is that, Erik. Rob, whatever I want to call you now. I call you whatever I want.
I call you whoever I want because I am the smartest and no one else is good.
I'm the DM. I can do what I want.
DM is always
I'm the
right.
DM. I do what I want. Marcus Zaldu? No, you won't. You won't do that, Butterfree. Fuck off, Butterfree. No, it's the Butterfrees. So that was a session. I didn't expect to go. To do. To yes. To words.
Anyway.
I think this is good. Sherry dying is good. I agree, Lime. No. I mean, it's a good story.
I hated Sherry. Sherry was horrible. And had no redeemable qualities.
Eric's development. I also like how nobody thought to inform Sean. You know, like, he's fine. But I'm in jail. It's a better story if she comes back fully. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, well, you have to go through shit. That is what I'm trying to say. Happy ending isn't always bad. But D&D is one of those things. And this is what I like about D&D, is it's not a game about winning. It's a game about I think the best way to describe it is I'd describe D&D as a game about moments, in that in a year's time, you probably won't remember anything about the story of this campaign. Won't care about it at all, and probably won't remember any specifics. However, you will remember moments. You'll probably remember really funny moments, such as Sherry dying. Or
really funny
good natural
moments,
20s,
such as Sherry
natural
dying.
ones. For instance, I'll always I know it's not funny. I'm being satirical. But you'll remember those sorts of things. You remember moments in D&D. You remember the Christmas special thing with the Secret Santa and the mistletoe. You remember Lime saying, "What are the odds?" You remember Myra interrupting that arena. Or Dubhy not knowing what walls are. Get so hung up, not so hung. That would imply you have a massive dick.
Hung over. That's like, all right.
Hung up.
Hangover.
If you're hung up, if you are hung up over something, hung up over something. That's what we're trying to say. If you're hung over these characters, that's kind of like you're killed yourself or you've got big dick. It's weird. It doesn't really make much sense otherwise.
You could like sacrifice yourself. I mean, it's what we know now. You could.
You could have done that. You don't know if she can do that while she's some kind of weird plant demon.
But I didn't want to do that because I know Erik probably would have done that. Yeah,
it's also one of those things. It would require two willing people to give up their lives.
I didn't want Erik to do that.
Yeah, no, it's tactical decision. Are they willing though? Of course, you could like mind control them and stuff.
Do the wolf.
That's the thing. You can mind control them into being willing.
It has to be people.
They would have to be. No, it's just souls. Actually, it just has to have a soul.
So Yandy could have done it.
Yandy could have, if Yandy was willing to die.
It make sure it understands that it has to die. That's a weird thing to do.
Yandy, you don't know where Yandy is. Yandy got taken from you because she's usually in your pocket. Yandy got taken from you with the rest of your stuff.
Just in her pocket.
And you're not going to go to sleight of hand Yandy just before you ask. Like, that would have been a bit too difficult to sleight of hand a dog that was probably able to bark. Or at the very least, very difficult. Just writing that in my notes. Kill Yandy to make Lime even sadder. I won't. I don't do things like that just because that's like fabricating events. I make events fair. You're the ones who fuck them up. So it's not my fault. It's never my fault. Like, I'd never write in a character death unless it was like... The only time I wrote in a character death was when you already took actions that would make sense for that character to die. Yes, I didn't kill Sherry. A green dragon killed Sherry, and nobody healed her.
I think it's all Beaky's fault. I'm gonna start my own campaign with nothing ever dies.
You can do My Little Pony D&D, you know. which sounds like the best and worst thing ever.
How long
I know
do you think
Laura
this,
had one opportunity to medicine check her. That was it, I think. In terms of when she was actually down on the ground.
Well, I could have technically, but...
No, she would have 2 chances, actually. Jesus Christ, Laura. That being said,
Jesus Christ,
it would have been
Beaky.
It would have been in her character's... Like, her character isn't the kind of person to do that. Her character is the kind of person to kill the threat first, because that's what she's always been taught. It would be similar to Astra, to be honest. No, not really. I mean, Laura and Astra did have similar upbringings. It was more just that her branch of Arcana was less corrupt. In that her branch of Arcana actually taught her basic moral decency and not killing people who are running away from you. How does this death of a friend affect me personally? If you said that about a real person, it would be like the most self-centered, dickish thing ever. But I like how it's acceptable when you're talking about a D&D character. It's like, hey, my friend died. It affected me a lot. It affected me so much. That would be like going up to their grieving family and be like, you know, I was really affected by this person's death. I mean, nobody has suffered as much as me. That's my phone again, sorry. I don't even know why it does that. I don't get any messages or anything. It's just, it vibrates from time to time with some kind of weird random pop-up of, this app needs to update. So I guess I do know why.
I don't know why it does it.
I don't know why it does it, except for the fact that I know exactly why it does it. But yeah. That was I usually say, that was fun. It was kind of fun.
I thought it was great. Because I didn't have to do anything. I got, like, no development. Well, no, I did, because I got Darius was talking to me a lot, and I saw the orb and stuff, so I take that back.
I think this is one of those sessions that you don't find fun or stuff right when you do it, but then when you look back on it, you're like, yeah, that was a good session for story and development and shit like that. You know, it's fun stuff.
I had plenty of fun with it.
Well, I mean, it's good storytelling, in a sense. That's such a typical thing that someone like reveals their true nature and be very happy, and then they die. Ultimate despair.
I just hope that my planet's not actually going to be attacked. Because that would kind of suck. But
it's one thing to mention that Sherry did actually finally reveal her true nature before she died. Her true happy... She felt comfortable around Erik. Enough to drop her facade. Her facade. Her faced. I'm just saying that word in increasingly weird ways.
Faced.
Her faced.
I think it was just kind of what you, like, something like what you fear most or what you, like, don't want to see.
I mean, I could tell you, but I don't really want to tell... No, I couldn't really tell you because then you'd just start metagaming probably if you knew if it was real or not.
Well, I don't think it's going to predict the future. I think it's just messing with your mind somehow. Maybe it's like the thing you don't want to see right now, or like fear,
That
or
is a pretty good. That's definitely something you can assume. I mean, from what your mother said, these things that predict the future accurately are real. They exist. It's just a matter of if this is one or not. And James wouldn't really know. He's not like magically. He's magically knowledgeable, but not that magically knowledgeable, and especially not in that way.
and I don't.
I'm
I don't
trying to
think.
arrange these bus frees so there's only one on every line.
I think my
True.
parents would not all die that fast. I think they'd be able.
Well,
to,
you know that if your planet was attacked, they'd
themselves.
probably put up more of a fight than you saw in that thing, unless it was a really bad threat.
Or
I don't know.
tell me usually.
Oh yeah, they
I
would tell
mean-
you as well. They wouldn't like.
Because we have lots of people, or some people, not really that many people. We need more people. Can we get these dwarves to fight for us?
Probably. I mean,
That's
they're,
a great idea.
one thing you do know is the ones on the surface, not the surface, but the higher level of the mine, the one at the top of the elevator, they're much stronger than the ones down there. They actually have they've been well fed, well clothed, because obviously they need to keep up appearances, and so they definitely look tough enough to fight. Not well necessarily. They're not necessarily trained fighters, but they could. There's a lot of them. There's 20 or so able-bodied fighters. At the very least, they could cause a significant distraction.
And I'm sure they would like to fight against Arcana because for the most part they're all slaves, right? I mean,
it wouldn't be too difficult to convince them, especially after you've saved them. They'd probably be willing to help.
Yeah, just be like, hey, look, I know you've been slavery, but we kind of need you to or help. We need help to fight these people that were slaving you. You
so
can go
help us this one time and you're free forever, basically.
Yeah,
The one-time deal. Buy one, get one free. I don't know why I say buy one, get one free. Bog off. So yeah. Oh. Jesus Christ. One sec. One sec. Ha 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 ha. Do do. You would cry yourself to sleep. See you tomorrow.
What even is that? I don't get that. Is that like Game of Thrones or something? What is that?
Well, it's supposed to be Erik standing above dead Sherry.
Is that it? It's not like a reference or anything. It's just.
I think is it Game of Thrones? It looks like Game of Thrones. I haven't watched recently. Oh no, it is Game of Thrones. I remember this. I know. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot that reference. But yeah, no, it's not. It's not. It's not the person I thought it was. It's not Jon Snow.
Maddie, huh? Interesting. Huh. Wink. Sorry. Stop.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm gonna go too. Bye bye. Twas fun-ish.
No, I'm not. You hang up.
No, you hang up first.
No, you hang
Okay,
up.
bye.
Bongo's gonna be alone.